We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.
Do you know what's better than peanut butter and jelly, or peanut butter and chocolate, or anything with peanut butter? Actually, is a mixture of two shows into one, bro.
Dude,
I've got an idea here.
Okay, wait a minute. I came up with this idea. What are you talking about?
Yeah, actually you did, but I was damn it, I was about to steal it. Anyways,
Yeah,
it's time for the Drunken Sacred Drink Wrap.
Drink wrap. Oh fuck.
We've got here. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer,
and I'm cruise control.
trying to fuck you guys up here. And then we've got,
Say who you are now.
Louie Loke is in the house, and then we got Koala.
I'm Koala.
Yeah, I'm Koala.
Oh, wow.
And she's Louie Loke.
Yes.
Well, if that's the case, you better drop some beats for us there, Koala.
We had a little, gender identity change.
That was we had an identity change. That was probably the worst intro in the history of our show. And I'm proud to be.
I got an idea, bro. I got a concept. Let's do this.
I think I'm going to be quiet tonight, folks. Yeah, so I'll sit here in the corner.
First of all, let's all say what we're drinking.
All right.
I'm drinking PBR as usual.
Yeah. I am drinking a Cabernet Sauvignon from Liberty Creek, the most renowned winery in California since,
Nice.
I mean, this is
It
seriously.
sounds like you're mispronouncing the name, though.
Yes. No. It's Cabernet Sauvignon, isn't it? Isn't that how it goes?
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Sure.
I love it because I'm from the wine country and I have no idea. But
it's Cab Sav based.
Yeah,
I'm drinking the cheapest Cab Sav on the market.
Yeah,
Based, Liberty Creek.
okay.
Circa, it's 2020 vintage.
Nice.
So.
What are you drinking, Koala?
Or is it in the
No,
it's
a bottle. It's a bottle, and it wasn't screw top. So that's how sophisticated it was.
Okay,
dude.
okay, good.
Yeah.
You actually had that's good.
It was. I had to use a wine opener and take out.
Oh, one of them things.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No. Liberty
Them
Creek.
things.
Yes.
Okay, now I've heard of it. Yes.
So we got Koala and Louie Loke.
What are you drinking, Koala? Hold on, we got to go
talk
through what
about
everybody's drinking
Yeah.
here. Koala, what's your thing?
I'm drinking my little some.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Little
reliable.
Some.
And Louie, what you drinking on, man?
I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper.
Nice. Hey, there has to be some anchor in this fucking thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Usually it devolves by the second hour. It's just like, actually, no, that's just me. I'm sorry. I can't speak for anybody else.
And you turn into the fuck man.
Yeah, fucking shit. Fucking this. And I apologize to anybody out there if I curse a lot.
I think it's good. I think you should keep it up, man, because that's how you're known
about things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
Cool.
So,
well, what y'all got, man? What are you bringing?
I have an idea. This is something that's so this is a good introduction for people. It's like it's an exercise in like a personality test type thing. But this came from Max had a post at some point where he had a D&D character.
Yes.
And he had a name that came up for a D&D character. And it was Bruenor Battlehammer. And it's just funny that's the name you got randomly, right? You randomly.
Yeah, it just gave me that. I used my but basically what's going on is we're trying to find accessible character sheets, for Dungeons and Dragons, to share with patrons and stuff like that. So one of my coworkers sent me a link, and I went to it, and she was saying you're probably going to have to register or set up an account or something. So I just used my Google. I was going to use my Maxwell Silverhammer Google. So I click it, and then right away it gives me the username of Bruenor Battlehammer. So
now it made me think, like, okay, what would he would definitely, like, what class would you be if you were a Dungeons and Dragons character? Like who would you like, what would represent your personality? And I always thought because Max would definitely be a barbarian.
Yeah,
This is a nerd thing here. I don't know if anybody has played Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that, or any role-playing games. Have either of you guys played any of those games before?
No.
No. No. Okay. So this is going to be interesting, or maybe not interesting at all to anybody else but me. But I just no, but I just thought like he would be a barbarian. Like Max would be a barbarian because he's blunt and he's brutal. That's why he's Battlehammer or Silverhammer, because he's blunt and he's kind of brutal. And a barbarian would be like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And I was just thinking about what kind. But anyway. So
what would everybody else be?
Yeah, what would you like? What would you think you'd be like if you were a character from Lord of the Rings or something like that? If you ever are you ever even watch that kind of shit? Do you watch any kind of fantasy shit or anything like that? Like, because see, I could see Koala being some kind of a healer type of character because he works in that kind of thing. Yeah,
I was thinking that like the lady in the Lord of the Rings, the elf, like Galadriel, like the wood fairy lady.
Yeah, you'd be a druid, but you wouldn't be a cleric. And the reason why is because clerics worship like gods. You're not. I don't see you as very religious.
No.
But I could see you being a type like a druid type, because you've got an animal companion as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you have an animal companion that you use to help you in your life, and you're also a type of healer, but you're more of a you're not really a it's like divine intervention. You're like more natural type healer.
Yeah.
So
like
there you go.
That
kind of stuff. And Max would be a barbarian, like I said, because he doesn't trust magic, because barbarians don't trust magic. So that's why him and technology, like, I don't trust it. Now he'll use it. He'll use a magic sword, but he doesn't trust it. He doesn't trust that shit. Now, Louie, what do you think, Louie? Do you have any ideas? Are you just like, he's like sleeping? He's like,
no. I have some ideas. I think I would be something like a chameleon.
Okay.
Like something like maybe an illusionist.
Actually, you know what I'm thinking? Like the Orko character from He-Man.
What?
like a little magician guy or something. I don't know.
Well, you picked the wrong one. You could have picked Gandalf, bro.
Gandalf.
You picked the fucking Orko. Dude, come on now.
I just think of this little magician guy.
So for you guys who are Potterheads out there, I think I would be more like a Severus Snape.
See,
Okay.
I see. Kind of like, yeah, I see. I'm not too familiar, but I know the character. So
yeah,
calculating,
calculating, but also like he ends up playing like a double agent. So he's like for the bad team, for the good team kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of moving stuff around, doing things.
Kind of an anti-hero, maybe? Sort of?
Yeah, he is kind of an anti-hero eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that there's a lot that goes beyond into Snapes. I don't know have you seen those movies, Koala?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you know the movies, and I don't know if you read the books or not, but you know the so you would be like he would be like that character probably, which is what you have to watch out for him. No.
Okay.
So what would you be? Cruise control?
Mainly probably a bard sorcerer.
Oh,
and there's a difference between sorcerers and wizards. Are the type who would like. I could see Louie being kind of a wizard too, which is someone who you memorize spells from books, while sorcerers just throw the spells out there like on their whim. Like, oh shit, But kind of like a bard sorcerer type character. Just kind of like I hate to study, but I like to. I'm kind of
okay,
entertaining type person. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's the thing. Do you guys see me differently? Probably.
I think. Well, you're good at this shit. I love how you analyze. You were always Admiral Analyzer. When we were roommates, he gave us all names. We all had names. It was me, Cruise Control, and a guy named Henry. And so I was Routine Ranger because I always had to have my routine.
Yeah, Routine Ranger. So he's got his horse.
I could see that.
He had a horse named Blunt.
Yeah, Blunt was my horse.
Yeah.
And then Cruise Control was Admiral Analyzer. I can't remember what your vehicle was.
Yeah, we had a vehicle. We were all, of course, it was we were 20 and stoned, 19 and stoned. So. What would your nickname be? And so then Henry was Action Man.
And his bike was the Sidetracker. because he was always sidetracking shit all the time. This
Yeah.
dude would lock the phone in his bedroom and the phone would ring and we'd be like, where the fuck's the phone? So then, you know, it's a cordless phone. So we'd have to go in there. We'd have to like break into his room to get the phone. So anyway,
well, that's traumatic. And so anyways, that was just an interesting subject. So think about that it also makes me think about things, and I'm getting a little nervous. So I have brought and I want to get your guys' opinion on this. I brought my emotional support cat.
You have a. Okay.
I have an emotional support cat. Wow.
I need to get. I'm thinking about going and getting an emotional support person.
Yeah.
Because I think that I need to take somebody around with me and just, everywhere I go.
Why don't you just recruit a retard from like,
well, that's yeah.
Your emotional support tard. Oh.
yeah.
He's calming you down.
He's not just sneezing on you. He's my emotional support tard, and he's don't mind him.
But it's interesting because actually I have a story with this, because there's a friend of mine who has a son who has a girlfriend, and she happens to have, and this is what I don't, an emotional support cat. And I kind of wanted to get Lou, your takes on this. Like, what do you, I think it's completely ridiculous that normal adults, like especially an emotional support cat.
Yeah.
That's like having an emotional support narcissist, like.
Yeah. That's like having me go around with you for emotional support. I'm not really going to do it. I'm just going to like hang out.
Yeah. So I also wanted to get Louie, what is your take on this surge in emotional support animals and stuff like that? Like having an animal around with you for emotional support. I don't know if we've talked about this before or not.
Well, like the British say, it's bollocks.
Yeah. It's bollocks.
Yeah, it is.
Well, somebody.
It's complete shit.
I love that word, man.
Bollocks.
Which I guess means bullshit, right?
It's bollocks.
Yeah.
It's like balls, basically.
Yeah.
Bollocks. Bollocks.
It's bullocks.
That's right. It's bollocks. That's all it is.
Well, it's just interesting that it's just, I mean, this girl's like 20 years old, 21 years old. She's, she has to have an emotional support cat. Like that's
a little weird, man.
It's kind of scary. It's actually really scary that people think they need these.
Well, there's a twist to that, because, okay, even though I work as a counselor, but I also work at the Student Disability Services Office, who does the whole emotional support animal thing, and so I've seen both sides of it. Like sometimes I don't know, maybe it does help. I don't know. Most of them are usually dogs, but sometimes I guess it does help. But most of the time, I honestly feel like they just use that to say, hey, I want to have a cat with me all the time, or I want to have a dog with me all the time. He's my emotional support dog. And it just spirals into that category where it's like, you're full of crap. You're just using that whole emotional support piece to justify the fact that you just want a dog to hang out with you all the time.
Well, here's the difference. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The thing is, though, is with Student Disability Services, like they have a contract with university housing. And the sucky thing about these emotional support animals is that they have to stay in the dorm. They can't go out. They can't go out with you. Like, how guide dogs can go out, right? They can go everywhere with you, right? No, these emotional support animals, they have to be like basically like stuck in a room all day long while you're taking classes and crap.
But isn't the whole idea? Isn't the whole idea of having an emotional support animal to go around with?
Here's why they had to do that, though. They had to do that because there's no actual training of what that animal does.
Okay.
So they had to do that because otherwise, people like myself who have a guide dog were going to be screwed because of the because you can't actually ask somebody to, like, if I go to an airport, you can't ask me what my animal does for me, which is actually silly. You can just ask, is it a service animal? Unless you're a jackass, you're going to say
service animal.
Yes. So,
so there's a difference between emotional support and service animal.
Yeah, because it's not protected by ADA. And they had to do that because people were starting to take their fucking peacock on a plane. And so the reason they had to,
and they do stupid shit like that.
I'm laughing because I was on paratransit one day and some girl had a bird in a cage. I didn't even know she had it till it squawked. And I went, what the fuck? Because it scared the shit out of me. I thought it was like the ringtone on the driver's cell phone.
But Koala, those emotional support animals are just as much service animals as your guide dog.
Bullshit. Nope. Because I could have a dog that guides that hasn't had any training. And that's still not a guide dog.
Right.
So it actually has to go through training. It has to have, God, my Philadelphia is coming out. I don't know.
I was wondering, I'm hearing a little accent there.
But what's funny is I know a guy who actually trains his own guide dogs though.
Yeah, that's fair, but this at the same time, it's not, because the thing is they have to have a certified, and I respect that. It has to be certified because they have to go through a certain process so that, I mean, I could take, that's what prevents me from taking some dog that, and the reason is because if I train my own dog, I have not trained my dog in every situation. And that's essentially what has to happen with a guide dog. And this is my soapbox because this is what I've had to deal with. I don't know if I'm getting another guide dog after this one, because with all the asswads with their emotional support fucking dogs and cats and chimpanzees, it's really hard to navigate with a guide dog now because your dog is under so much, there's so many distractions.
And they're dog distractions.
Else's, they're dog distractions. They're also asshole distractions because people don't have the same reverie that they used to have.
Yeah, they used to never want to pet. They used to never want to pet your dog. Now they do. Now
it's like, it's a doggy. Let's go pet it.
Yeah, he's service animal. And they do exactly that. And so and the other piece of it is,
as a person who does not own a guide dog, I just don't understand all that. So I'm like just sitting here like listening to this whole thing like, wow, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't have to understand it, but back when I got my first one in 96, there was some discrimination here and there, but you were looked at more like, oh, that's different. Wow, she's got a dog. And people would ask.
Yeah.
And then nowadays it's like, oh, I know I'm not supposed to pet you, but I can talk to you and I can distract the shit out of you.
It was common knowledge. Yeah, it was common knowledge back then. Well, common knowledge back then that when a dog has its, and this is something I know a lot of people know, that when a dog has its working collar on, you don't pet it, you don't touch it.
Right.
Yeah, I learned that early.
That wasn't something that was taught, and I don't think that's taught. I don't think people realize that. I don't think people. Because
they don't know the difference.
And that's my point. When you have an emotional support dog, the lines are blurred. So, it's just a dog. It's just,
and here's the thing.
Because people think, just real quick, people think that that your dog's guide dog is equal to the emotional support dog. And so there's no difference between them. And that is what I was talking. That's why I made that joke, because it's actually a problem, because these people think that they can bring their fucking cat on a plane. A cat and a dog on a plane. The dog is a dog. It's a trained dog, but it's also a fucking dog.
Yeah.
It's not fucking human. It's not going to go, oh, well, that's just a cat. I'm just going to do, it might fucking not be, because it's being in an unfamiliar situation with a fucking animal. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have like 7 dogs in a room, it's different. If that makes sense. I'm sure it's harder to deal with your dog. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Depending on how well trained it is. How is it harder for you to deal with your dog around other animals, Koala?
It depends on the dog and
the other dog,
but
too,
it also
the other
depends
dog
on
might fucking
it
be
depends
shitty.
on the handlers of the other. It's more the handlers of the animals.
Yeah.
And so the other piece of it is that you're taking a dog that essentially is an Ivy League graduate, right? Like it graduated from Yale versus somebody that might have gone to high school.
Right.
Okay. And you're asking them to have the same qualifications. And I'm sorry, but I think a lot of people who are animal people, anybody who's an animal person would benefit from having an animal. Do you fucking need it though? Because I actually utilize this for a very specific purpose. I utilize it and I can tell you exactly what that purpose is.
Correct.
What they do. Emotional support dogs. What exactly, it makes you feel better?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, shit, my pet made me feel better.
It's Linus.
But I didn't take her out.
Bring a blanket. Linus just all Linus needed was a blanket.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't need a fucking dog. He had a blanket. He had a support blanket.
Read of Mice and Men. Kenny loved hearing about the rabbits.
Jesus.
I mean, what do you?
what's his name? Lenny,
Or Lenny.
the retarded dude.
Lenny,
Yeah.
thank you. I was like,
Bring a fucking teddy bear, because I know you think it makes you look more sophisticated to have a live animal with you. You just look just as needy and pathetic to most people, at least to a lot of people.
I think so. I think so.
it's
And
pathetic.
then, well, we've had people come in and they have their little their animal. And this is my emotional support. Oh, let me introduce him to your dog. And I'm like,
No.
could you get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here? Like, no, I don't. Now I don't even want to work with you because you had to bring it. What?
Right.
So,
Right.
I do think in a certain situation, depending on the person, I'm not saying that an emotional support animal isn't something that can be, because there are certain situations for certain kind of patients, I
thought they're somewhat I guess clinical, like they bring them into assisted living facilities sometimes.
That's a therapy dog. It's different.
Right.
Yeah.
If they're-
Had
okay.
training.
Okay. Yeah, and it's
Had
not
training.
on the. Yeah, it's not. It has training. That's what I'm saying. It's not like, but you can see like when it's really needed. I guess maybe most
Yeah.
times. I guess.
So
Oh
Could
yeah, I've worked with veterans and they have therapy animals, but they've been through very specific processes, and
Okay.
they have been trained and they've graduated and they know how to deal. They've been trained in situations. That's where these emotional support animals, they make you feel warm and fuzzy, but they haven't been trained in situations. And so that's the difference. Is it's not you're not just taking something out and
Yeah,
going.
you're
you
taking
know.
your dog from your house out into the world and saying that it should be
Yeah.
there because it's making it has nothing to do with the dog and its quality. It's all about you. It's just
Yeah, and
another-
even training your own guide dog,
Another-
like as admirable as that is, we're not in the fucking Yukon. You don't need to do that. You can have somebody do that for you who's actually
Right.
a professional in training it, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
that way they know how to deal with weird situations that come up, because there are weird situations that come up that you're like, oh God, I didn't know that was a thing. So that's where the professionals have to be in charge of certifying that animal.
So it's really just
Right.
about certification then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, like the seizure dogs, same deal. They've been
Yeah.
trained, right? So,
Diabetic dogs,
Yeah, but
cancer
the prob-
dogs.
The diabetic
Here-
ones, yeah.
Here's the fucking problem though, is that they do have certification for these. Psychologists are giving out.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason why this shit is becoming more popular. It's because the psychiatric community, or a lot of them, are fucking endorsing this kind of shit, or
Yeah.
else it wouldn't be. I mean, at least that's from what I've seen. I've seen, as well, these you need a more like where are they getting these ideas from? Is it just because from? It's got to be from some fucking somewhere. And I know that I've heard some psychologists talking about this shit too. So I don't know. Do you hear about that shit too, Lou? Like in your fucking
Oh yeah.
go again.
So it does
Oh
happen.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Like,
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
people just like buy this shit, and these people, these people
I've
need
written
these dogs.
actually. I've written one emotional support letter.
Oh, you've
So
had to
I'm like,
write one.
Guilty.
Oh,
Guilty.
dude. No wonder he was so quiet there for a minute.
Throw rocks at him.
No. But that's what I'm saying. There are times when it might be justified that it might be a viable option for somebody. But I'm talking about there's just too many of them for it to be a viable option. It's just like autism
Oh, yeah.
and ADHD now.
Yeah,
Everybody's
like
got
we talked
autism.
about before, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's on the spectrum. Everybody's
Yeah.
everybody's got everything.
Got
You know.
something, or it's a laundry list of shit.
And
Are
that's-
we all on the
Mhm.
spectrum here?
Yeah, I guess we are
We're
somehow.
all,
I think-
of course we're on a spectrum.
We're,
Everyone's on
we're
the
all on the
spectrum.
blind.
Yeah.
We're all on the
Gotta be on the
blindness spectrum. I'm
Think
sure.
about it. You can't not be on the spectrum. You're a human being, so you're either non-autistic or fucking
correct.
Or Rain
Yeah,
Man
like
on
I was-
steroids.
I had said that I think the last shrink rap I did with you guys was the whole thing about talking about ADHD and autism and that sort of thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I'm on the spectrum, but I'm way on the left-hand side of
Yes.
it. You know what I mean? I'm not up on the right-hand side.
Right.
Yeah. Well, now it's called neurodivergence. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that last time too. But
Christ.
neurodivergent. Well,
Yeah.
it's got to be something, and that's what these emotional support dogs also lead to. Is it's a subject of conversation. If you're carrying a cat around, someone's going to ask you about the fucking cat. And then
sure.
you get to tell them about how it's your emotional support cat because you're
Correct.
a special fucking snowflake who has a Baki Yaki anxiety or
Correct.
whatever, anxiety.
Yaki. Actually, that sounds kind of good. It might be a
Yeah.
dish.
Baki Yaki. Well,
I'm gonna
it
eat
is.
some
Yeah.
Baki Yaki.
That's the thing. They have anxiety
It's a
because
noodle
they,
dish.
they
It
once
sounds
had
Vietnamese.
no, here's the thing. It's true. they had Baki Yaki once, and everything else didn't taste as good. So now they have
that's
anxiety
bok choy.
that they'll never
Oh.
have Baki Yaki again.
So they can't. Even the smell of Baki Yaki brings them to
Even
a.
Just sets them off.
No, even the saying Baki Yaki anxiety triggers them. So their doctor has to go anxiety.
Baki Yaki.
That's they'll get triggered.
I think I want some bakiyaki tomorrow. I think that's gonna
Yeah, just call
So
up and-
they got a cat, and you ask them what its name is, and they go Baki Yaki.
Oh,
You
well,
can't.
that might be the cook. You know what? Baki Yaki might be cooked cat.
Oh snap!
This is my emotional support lunch.
So then the cat needs an emotional support
So
cat.
wait, the guy he never eats the lunch. He just carries it around with
No,
him.
he has a different cat every week. He's like,
Oh, snap.
I'm gonna
And they're
make him
all
do
named
Baki
Baki
Yaki.
Yaki.
"Yeah, go. Well, this is Baki Yaki the 17th.
Didn't you have bakiyaki last week? Yes, I did.
Did you have Baki Yaki?
And I'm gonna have this one today
Wow.
with some fried rice.
Fried rice.
Baki Yaki fried chicken. Oh man,
Wow. Okay.
we got that ability. By the way, we have a fan. He actually he wrote me an email and he says, "Hey man, you know what would be kind of cool is if you guys got Louie and Koala on one of your podcasts together." He was like, "I don't know, that might be too many cooks in the kitchen," but and I was laughing because I wrote him back and I'm like, "Dude, that's what we're doing tomorrow."
Awesome.
Nice.
And this is the result, man.
Yaki for everyone.
Baki
Yes.
Yaki.
That's what we'll just call these shows. We'll just be like
It is
the bakiyaki broadcast.
Coming soon to Drunken Sacred. It's Baki Yaki Teriyaki Sake.
And a little game of hockey. You gotta rep it. Golden Knights and all, you know.
Mm.
And we'll play the theme from Rocky.
Right. But
And then right off on a Kawasaki.
Baki Yaki. Baki Yaki. Baki Yaki Yaki. Baki Yaki Yaki Yaki. Baki Yaki.
No Adriaki.
I thought of the same thing that you did, man.
The Adriaki.
Yes.
Oh man. Well, this is you want
Wow, we've deteriorated fast.
You can have some
I know.
Baki Yaki with a cup of Joe.
for Louie. I don't think Louie you didn't hear that, did you?
Oh.
Cup of Joe, drinking from Joe Biden's adult diaper.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's where we got the cup of Joe from.
That was a good
Oh
one.
no. I think I'll just take the bakiyaki, thank you.
Naki.
Yeah, well. So yeah, that's that subject.
That's the bakiyaki of it all, man. Oh shit.
Oh.
Wow.
As long as that cup of Joe doesn't smell like bakiyaki or taste like bakiyaki, it's fine.
It's like chicken.
Oh, boy.
It could. It probably does.
Yeah, so yeah, emotional support cats and all that. So it's just like I said, it's just another way of pointing something at yourself and making yourself
Giving yourself a
special.
disability.
Like I said, neurodivergent, all
Well,
that kind of stuff. Just being unique. It's like everyone seems to need a desire to have to be special.
Not just that though. You know, it kind of also points to like a oh, they have an emotional support animal. We have to play kid gloves with them.
Yeah.
What happened? What's wrong with you? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Mhm.
to be concerned and to be a victim.
Well, do you think it
Uh-huh.
also kind of has to do with everybody's so I have a very serious actual uh, uh, allergy to dairy back before it was fashionable.
Right.
And so it actually is serious. If I eat it, I will be vomiting. So so it's not one to play with. But I noticed when people started understanding that there was an intolerance to dairy, everybody started getting it.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like everybody has to, instead of realizing this is a real fucking inconvenience and you don't want it.
Well, I wouldn't want a food allergy, especially as much food as I like, you know. So
but people would start getting like, oh yeah, I have that intolerance. I just don't feel well. I'm like, no, sweetheart, you don't understand. I projectile vomit. It is, and I can get that from eating the wrong salad dressing and not knowing it. So it's not, it's not a thing you want. It is actually a huge inconvenience. And I think it's the same thing with, I love animals. I do. I actually really love animals. I would rather not require the services of a guide dog. And I think people, they look at it like they want something because they want to be like you say, Louie, they want to be special. They want to have somebody talk to them about, they want to talk about
they want a conversation piece kind of thing.
Yeah. Or be like, well, woe is me, or, you know, who knows what exactly that is. But it's interesting how when I liken it to the dairy allergy, because everybody all of a sudden became lactose intolerant. I can't do the proteins, but whatever. And then all of a sudden
as the gluten too.
Gluten came out, and then everybody was, you know, I don't want to do gluten. I can't.
I need it's gluten free. This, that, whatever. Yeah.
Here's some interesting shit, man. And I of course it's from a YouTube video, but I think it's pretty well. You know, you can look at the research too. A lot of them have links on them, but they're finding out shit from social media, like that there's some crazy shit going on. Like for instance, in a certain city or certain place I think it was in Germany, there was a guy who had Tourette's, and he would go on to TikTok or Instagram, one of those things, and he would talk about his Tourette's online constantly. He would constantly update people about his Tourette's. And all of a sudden, other people started getting Tourette-like symptoms.
Yes.
Oh boy.
And so like a whole bunch of people started getting these fucking symptoms. And it was because they were watching this person, and for some reason it was causing them to get the same kind of symptoms. Now, I don't know if this was complete bullshit or not, but it happens a lot in other times too, like even before the internet, I think, where people were getting sick or getting mentally like ill and seeing things, or like dance. I think it was dancing. Someone just started dancing in the middle of the fucking city, and then all of a sudden someone else started dancing with them in the middle of the city.
That sounds
no, that's more like mob mentality.
Yeah. But it's fucking scary shit, because when you get people, like, let's think about it. It would happen if someone just started dancing in the middle of fucking let's go to Vegas and say middle
on
of
the
fucking,
strip.
No, not on the strip. Let's say Flamingo and Decatur.
Okay.
Someone just dancing at Flamingo and Decatur. They started dancing all day long and didn't stop. Somebody else would start dancing with them. They would. You know they would. They go, well, you know what? Fucking, he's been dancing for fucking 17 hours. You know, and then someone else will start dancing, and then they would dance until they fucking like I said, mob mentality. That's some scary shit, man.
Wow.
And I think it's
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, not to get too crazy or too political or religious on the show, but when you think about it, you know, when the Romans were killing off Christians in the Colosseum, what was that? That was all mob mentality too.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to see some death and some destruction, and why not? These guys are here. They're gonna kill them anyway. Screw it. Let's go watch and let's go see. You know, what is it? The running of the bulls. You know, when they see the matador and the bulls and all that stuff.
Yeah. Nazi
that's
Germany.
That's some dangerous stuff. Even standing in the stands. Being in the stands, because that bull could just run at you and gore you. Like, really?
And it's society.
Go to one of those places.
So it starts from like a simple thing where it could be you know, someone starting something as simple as dancing in a square, and people start dancing with them, or it can be as broad as like societal things where you have to go along with, you know, like the mob mentality, and like it's and of course with the internet and everything else going on in terms of technology, it's just like we have. I'm gonna say it again. I say it every time. We're fucked. We're fucked, guys.
Yeah. Well,
I think
that's
we're- I think
Well, the
we're in
thing,
deep-
the
I
thing
think
about
we're in
the
deep
internet,
trouble.
the thing about the internet, though, I mean, when you think about it, it's having all kinds of information with us all the time, right? We have any kind of information that we can look up, right? And yet we all do this whole group thing, or not all of us,
but a lot of people do.
Not me, but a lot of people, this whole like, left mentality, that sort of thing.
Right.
It's spread like wildfire, and nobody's fact checking it. Nobody's looking at research. Nobody's looking at statistics. They're just looking at, oh, this person believes it, so I'm going to believe it too.
Right.
People don't know that there are people in this fucking country can look on their phones for anything they want to know in the world, but don't know what ocean they live nearest to.
Well,
They
also
crazy,
don't
man.
know how to vet. So what happens is I see
Right.
this all the time when I get patients that come in and I tell them, they say, I look up this pain and that pain and I got these answers. And I said, what I need you to remember is you got
no WebMD for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, what I need you to remember is you got the top most clicked on results. You
Correct.
did not get the top most reliable results. So
Right.
there's not a way to vet the information unless you know how to vet it. So when,
Right.
and I would, if I were looking up, the most reliable, I don't know, tire to buy, I don't have any idea. So I would do the same thing. I'd be like, oh, this is the most commonly clicked on,
Like,
and I would click on it and I'd probably get that tire. So the dangerous thing about the web is that there's so much information that everybody has, but there's not a way to filter it unless they know exactly. I can look up what I know.
Yeah.
right.
And I can go, oh, we're looking at Morton's neuroma. Let me look at this clinical research here. And that guy's a schmuck. We're not going to look at that. Okay, that's not a vetted study. But most people don't know that. They say, oh, I have a pain in my foot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I've got plantar fasciitis. No, you don't.
Right.
I think that's a product also of kind of, I think it's an internet generational thing. Like, because when I started using the internet back in 99. I got my first computer and my first internet steady connection in 99. I used it before a lot too. My dad had it and other people had it, but in terms of, that was when it was really young. And so then when you review something, you looked at everything.
Yeah.
Well, you could. There was,
I mean, and now, if you look at the top reviews, when you buy anything online, just look up like 7 or 8 different sites. Look, you can't just look up one thing. You can't just go to one site. You got to look up several sites. And if you see the same pattern among several sites, then a product might be good or something might have some merit to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't go, oh, I looked up, WashingtonPost.com. You look up that, and then you have to go somewhere else to find it, that the information that's not related to them. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing is that I used to do a little bit of very, very little. I was very amateur, like in search engine placement. So in other words, it's all a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So if you can figure out a way to get your whatever product you have or whatever service you have in the top spot when somebody looks up something that's related to your service, then of course you're going to be the most popular, the most wanted, the most this and that. And it's all a marketing ploy. It's like, oh, we know how to get your product to the top of the search engines. Here's what you do.
Yeah, well, I've heard that, when those people talk about growing their business and all this other crazy shit, we can show you how to get your stuff higher on the search engines and get more clicks and more of this shit.
Yeah, because people don't go to page 2 mostly.
No, I never do, including myself.
Yeah, there's when I was doing my website years ago, I pulled it down because I got a lot of weird people, but and I haven't needed anything. I do more word of mouth. I don't actually do a web presence, but what they talked about that, they said, what is your business going to be called? And I said what it was, and they said, well, there's a way that you can look up online the most searched words in your region, and you should structure your business accordingly, the name of your business. And so that's a big thing, where I was like, okay, maybe I do blah, blah, sports therapy. And then I was looking at it and oh no, okay, well, they're looking more at this. And so that's how they do it. It's not by your merit. It's, you're doing this by.
Yeah, you could suck.
Yeah. And even like the hashtags that people put on, like, different posts on Facebook, whatever social media brand you want to use, the hashtags mean more than probably any of the content in the post sometimes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just put the tags that I think people would most likely look up, like on our videos.
It's all your fault.
I always wondered too. I was like,
that's gonna be a hashtag.
I'm like, hashtag shadow ban, fucking, whatever. But I'll put things that I think people would most likely look up. Like for this one, maybe emotional support animal or some other crazy shit.
That's the thing, though. That's Baki
Yaki.
That's right. Baki Yaki. BAKIYAKI.
Is there a
I think
dash
that would get you some,
or what? Really Is there a dash?
No, it's two words.
No,
yeah,
Baki Yaki.
Baki Yaki. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, 2 words.
Okay. It's gonna get you some.
All right, so we all contributed to that.
That's
I
nice.
spelled it. You guys broke it up. It's all good, man. That's teamwork.
Dude, teamwork. Well, like the one, remember we were talking on one about the when I went to a NFB meeting one time, they did the blind hokey pokey or the braille hokey pokey. You put
dear God, that just sounds funny.
Oh, it was
hokey.
It was hokey, all
right. Hokey pokey.
But I put that tag. I did put hokey pokey as one of the tags. And then the next thing I see is like some kind of video for kids, whatever Barney jacks off in Egypt or whatever.
Put your right hand in, put your right hand out, put your right hand in. Oh, it's in a fire because you weren't paying attention. No, you do the blokey yoki and you turn.
Do the Baki Yaki.
Baki Yaki. You do the Baki Yaki. Oh, shit.
Here is your brand new cat.
Here is your brand new cat.
That's all right. You get a new one next week, won't you?
So I guess you've never really I don't know if you care to do this now, but you've never really stated your ideas about the NFB, ACB kind of stuff.
Oh, me?
What do you think about that?
Me or Koala?
You.
Oh, Jesus. I don't join any of that shit, dude. I do it for work. I go for work related stuff if they want us there. But other than that, bro, I'm not involved in that at all. No, Saya. And I don't know.
I'm kind of the same way. I don't like group organizations that claim they represent individuals.
Like you speak
all
for
it
me,
does
man?
is cause people to think that everyone thinks that way. I understand where they're coming from, but a lot of times they're doing shit that I disagree with. If someone doesn't, I have a radical idea. It's very simple. If someone doesn't want to put a ramp up at their fucking business, then they're going to lose the business that they could have had if they had a ramp. But they don't have the right. No one has the right to tell them to fucking put something in their fucking business when it's their property. But
the ADA actually does have a right to tell them to do that.
Well, that's the thing.
That's the thing. If it's a law,
like
it's a law. But I guess my point is, like, it's the same thing with language stuff. If someone wants to not serve a certain person, they're not going to last. Right. And they're not going to last. Like, someone's going to go, well, you're not going to put a fucking stair up, and then you're going to be on the news that this business refuses to put a fucking ramp up in their business. And then guess what? Everyone's going to go, I don't want to go to the business that doesn't put the ramp up.
Well, why aren't they hammering these websites?
You have to fucking do this and accommodate, because then you're going to be accommodating emotional support dogs.
Well, I mean, why aren't they going after some of these websites? Some of these people have very inaccessible websites, and it's like, why isn't the ADA hammering them? Where's because if anything, a website's more useful than in this case for someone blind to go to.
Honestly, I think only because I used to work in accessibility for a little bit, for about 4 years. I think that a lot of people who actually generate these websites don't know about accessibility. Either don't know or don't care.
Yeah.
To know,
I gotta say, man.
Go
ahead.
So, like, when you do report them, and then when the ADA tries to crack down on them, they still don't know what to do. They still don't know how to fix it.
But you could make that argument.
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
learned a lot about how to fix them. If I could get into every single website and do what I know how to do, all those websites would be accessible. But I can't, I don't have the power to just get in there and do it,
Right.
Yeah. And but I think that's a cop out for a lot of businesses, because it's a complete cop out. I see what you're saying, but and I agree, but it's also, I don't know. Well, then find the fuck out. Because when I don't know something, I find out. Right. Okay. I brought something to my employer's attention, and they tried to fix it, to their credit. Because I said, our booking software, I can't read it on my phone. It does not work with my software. They did try, and they tried to troubleshoot.
Are you using VoiceOver, or are you using
VoiceOver? It's a specific MindBody is the software, and it just doesn't work. And so what we do is, they said, well, we're not getting any help from the company at all. They're not even trying to help us. And they did try. I give them credit for that.
Well, there you go. That's where it starts.
We'll take, responsibility for, we'll tell you your schedule. So they understand, and they're working with me, but they did try. And that's the thing, is that if the company tried, something could get done. Because you could make the argument of, I didn't realize the handicap stall, or whatever it's politically correctly called now, wasn't wide enough. I didn't realize that. Okay, well, you didn't realize it. So do something about it, or
fix
don't.
it. Yeah.
But don't say, well, we didn't know. Okay, we get that you didn't know. Hopefully you didn't know, because you're being a jackass. So a lot of these places, yes, they don't know. But there is a way, like you said, you could get in there and you could help. And I have another friend who is unemployed, who specializes in that kind of stuff. He could get a job. And it's really frustrating when businesses say that, we just didn't know. No, actually, you didn't care to find out.
Well, or either that, or they're doing what the app's doing to you guys now. They're not responding, well, we don't know. So we're just going to go ahead and sweep that under the rug, and hopefully it'll go away. So
the thing is the thing too, is especially when it comes to software too, like websites are one thing, but software is another.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like software, I don't know. I honestly feel like it doesn't try to not be compatible with screen reader software and things like that.
Right.
But it does happen.
But when you bring it to their attention, then that's when you go, oh shit, we better fix that.
We had a glitch on the Instacart app, and one of my patients actually is one of the guys that runs that app. And I just mentioned it to him. And he's like, really? Let me bring that to their attention. They didn't know. Sure enough, glitch is fixed.
Oh wow.
Nice.
It's who you know.
See?
Well, see, that's the thing. You're lucky to know that, dude.
I'm like, you want your shoulder fixed? Okay, I need my groceries.
Fix my glitch, I'll fix your bitch. That's how it is.
I do treat his wife too. Yes.
Hey, I like it. But man, yeah, no, it's the fact that they'll just kind of brush it off. I don't like that brush off mentality of, well, too bad. I remember one time I called, it was Papa John's or one of those, because I was having issues on their website, ordering. And I told the lady, and I might as well told her I had 3 dicks growing out of my forehead, because she was just like, okay, like she had no fucking clue like how to help me. Or then you got the other guy,
Did you call the local restaurant?
No, there was actually a number for technical support. Call this number. Oh yeah, no, not the restaurant.
I imagine they'd be like, we'll send 3 people over. I mean, if you have 3 dicks thrown at you.
Oh yeah.
Dude. And they actually might be like, dude, we need that on Instagram, man. We'll get thousands of
3 dicks. That's like
let me get a little film of that, dude.
That's the dicks could be hashtags. That's how you can trend and get your shit higher on Google.
When you get 3 boners at a time, you pass out.
It's triple dick jits.
Oh boy.
So, anyway, where the fuck were you going? Oh, but yeah, sometimes you'll get, or no, don't get a foreigner, because those motherfuckers
Don't
You know,
get a foreigner.
because these motherfuckers in their country, you're vulture pooed. Like they don't have disabled people, active in their country. They sit in a fucking, they throw them out in the field and let the livestock fuck them to death. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you disabled, we throw you in the field.
I love that. Don't get a that was so out of a Western.
Let the livestock fuck them.
Don't get a foreigner.
Don't get a foreigner.
Foreigners.
Don't get a foreigner. You need to watch them.
Watch some damn foreigners. Tell you what.
Damn foreigners, man.
Well,
You
specifically like the Davy the Dune Coon guy, that guy.
Jesus.
I think it depends on which country.
I guess.
It really no, I think it does. It's not to be racist, but there are a lot of I take Lyft.
Oh.
So so I'm gonna be racist. But there are certain countries
It's a cultural thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like
How
you
they
say,
think of disabled people, which is
Well, that's
why
what I'm saying. And a lot of them,
Yeah.
they don't really look very, the ones I've run across, they kind of see you as like damaged or sick or some shit,
yeah, Japanese, it's kind of like almost a respect thing. Same with India, certain India provinces. Arab countries, forget it unless you get certain people. But I mean, just from my experience, I could be dead wrong. But yeah, there's definitely different cultures.
Huh. It makes me think that one of the reasons why so many people in this country want to claim to be disabled is because of how well we treat the disabled or coddle in certain ways. Like,
We should start treating them badly.
Yeah. If that's a good point. Cruise control. Be like, let's throw them in the back and let the livestock fuck them, like we were saying.
Right. And I think we need to take a step backward.
Terrible name of a obscure country song. We gotta throw them in the back so the livestock fuck them in the fire when you're trucking on the street,
Hey, wait, I don't hear Louie. Louie, you still there, dude?
By Kenny Chesney.
Hey, Louie,
I'm here.
Oh,
he's here.
I'm listening.
Oh.
throw them in the livestock. Fuck 'em.
And the only thing I'm thinking is Baki Yaki.
That's the go-to. If you just don't know what to say, just go back to that.
Baki
There's
Yaki.
nothing like a Baki Yaki and a Dr. Pepper to fill your stomach.
You know what? We should come up. That should be a podcaster term. When there's like dead air or naked air, when you guys just they can't think anything, it's bakiyaki.
Bakiyaki.
Like, damn.
Bakiyaki.
Dude, we had some bakiyaki for a minute, man. Yes, that motherfucker couldn't talk.
2 words that changed the internet.
Yes, in the
Bakiyaki.
podcasting world. Duh.
There's probably something. I should probably look that shit up right now and see if it's something already.
See if there is something called bakiyaki for real.
Yeah,
You might as well. Shit.
Well, there is.
I
We
know,
made it up. We
I don't
created
know.
it.
I want to see if it already exists, because that would be interesting.
Actually, most of the, I gotta say though, most of the Middle Eastern Uber drivers are pretty cool. Those dudes are pretty cool.
No.
The ones that
Cruise
piss me
control,
off
you're
are the
gonna
ones
have
that
to
don't-
patent it. You're gonna
You're
have
a
to
dude.
patent it so that no one takes it.
Exactly.
Well, that's true.
what
As a
I'm
man,
doing.
I
I'm
guess as
looking
a
out
woman,
for
it's a whole different
ourselves.
thing, huh?
As a woman, it's different. Yeah.
That's
As a woman,
interesting.
It's different.
Yeah, because yeah, I don't. The ones I have trouble with are the ones that won't speak English. That just
There's
don't
a
want
Bachi Yaki.
Bachiyaki.
Ooh,
Bachi.
Ooh.
Space Yaki. It's a Japanese grill. Food near.
Oh, okay.
In
So
Los
we're really
Angeles.
close. We're just putting something on the grill.
It's in Los Angeles, so if anybody's around that area, you can go get some bachi
Bachi
yaki or
I don't
baki
think I
yaki. I
would
don't know
now.
how it's fucking spelled.
You do just for that? Is it an actual place? Like, is it a restaurant?
Yeah, we just advertise for them.
Oh, dude, Bachi, they better hook us the fuck up then. Goddamn
Yeah,
it. Wow.
Los Angeles, California. So
All right, we'll walk in there and be like, "Hey, man, we were on your, we were talking about you, not even knowing you
no,
existed."
more likely we'll get. Please distance us from your show, dear, nothing sacred. We would like to have you have nothing to do with. Could you please mute that part of the show where you mentioned our restaurant?
Can you edit that out, please?
No, you have to say it. You have to say it like Peanut on Jeff Dunham.
Yeah, I'll be like,
but
and
dear
there's a-
sacred. Dear sacred. We
Which-
don't like your We don't like that piece.
Oh, stop that now. No, talk like that.
Oh no. Unfortunately, I think I'm breaking into my Indian.
I was going to say, I was trying to figure out the accent you were doing at first.
Don't talk about my people like that.
Don't talk about my people, my friend. I call you up on the phone. My name's John from Microsoft.
I don't like you blind people. Why don't you go out in the field?
Fucking
go out in the field and let the livestock fuck you.
Wait. Where you throw them in the back and let the livestock fuck them.
So he's got
it's an Indian country song. We got to throw them in the back and let the livestock fuck them.
That I would listen. I would buy that.
I would totally buy that. Yeah, me too.
If there was Indian country music, I would buy it.
Actually, they do
care what it is.
In that country. They do have a lot of there is livestock for real. Like people do have cows.
Yes, they do have. Wow.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, they do have livestock.
You actually go and see people's homes, and they got cows in the backyard. And you're like,
no, it's like we throw them in the back when the livestock
fuck them, and then we jump on the phone and we call you
mutton.
But here's the thing: the cows are probably more sacred than the blind people there in India.
I would think so too.
Seriously,
I would think so too. The cow has more respect than the blinky. Fuck you, blinky.
Well, I find it interesting that in certain parts of the world, like people with like eye deformities, like they would be instantly killed, or they would be like banished from the village and shit.
Oh yeah,
because they had the evil eye and stuff. That shit actually happens in certain cultures where like I should look that shit up. Evil eye. Like,
well, there's the the Edgar Allan Poe Telltale Heart about the uncle's eye. The uncle has a fucked up eye, and the guy's conscience keeps saying, "If the eye offends thee, pluck it out." I had the audio book of it back in the day, so that's I'm doing creepy, the voice. Man. Yeah, it's Edgar Allan Poe Telltale Heart. And it's the uncle, the guy's uncle had this weird eye, and it was really bothering this dude.
Hey, he stole that from the Bible.
Oh, is that where that came from?
Yeah.
Yeah. If the eye offends you, pluck it out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's very biblical.
All right. So what is the meaning of that? If you guys want to go.
Essentially, if your eye causes you to commit sin, then you should pluck it out so that you won't be dragged into hell with a sinful eye. It's basically
it's like expunging yourself of the sin.
Here's what it really all boils down to. Not to get too religious and biblical, but what it boils down to is that when Jesus is talking about all this kind of stuff, right? He's basically saying there's no way that you can get away from saying that you're not a sinner. There's no way you can get away from saying that. So sometimes, you look at a woman and you lust after her. That's your eye causing an offense, right?
That's my dick. It's the eye.
It's your dick and your eye, right?
So pluck off your dick.
Take the fence, chop it off.
Dude, don't go there. You're going places, man. Just step back from this, man. That's getting too.
Yeah, but what he's basically saying is there's only one way to be saved from sin, and that's me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'll say on that.
No, it's fine. But it's an interesting idea in a way. You can actually relate it to a non-religious way too, because the saying actually means if you have something growing inside you or something that's not good inside of you, you have to find a way of getting rid of it, or else you're never going to be a good person, or you're never going to be, or people are going to be weirded out, as Max said about the eye, like it's just something wrong and bothered you by it.
Yeah.
Because you've got something that other people, and it's gonna cause you issues. So if you have like something that's going on with you, that's it's like pluck it out, get rid of it.
And you got to remember too that Poe was a raging alcoholic, so his stories were very morphed.
Oh, he had some wild fucking stories. The Fall of the House of Rushmore, I think, was another one.
No,
yeah,
or Usher. Sorry, Usher.
It's interesting because the more drunk Poe got, they had to edit out his books because every other word was fucking.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you his long lost cousin? His relative?
Yes.
Edgar Allan Cruise Control?
As he got down the line. No, but I mean, the guy necrophilia.
Damn.
Seriously, in his books was rampant.
What book was that?
The oblong box. Wow.
Like, what book was that? I want to
Wait, Max is like, hey.
Check that out.
The moment he gets home, he goes,
Max said, you piqued my interest.
he's like, I'm going to check. He goes, I know those are on Audible.
That's why we have her on the
And
show.
they're probably free too.
I got an Audible account and I've got some credits. So
Public access. No, it's public access.
What's the
The
dead body
Audible
fucking book?
probably
Let's hear
is.
it.
Berenice. Well, poems, Annabelle Lee, for sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I
Annabelle
mean,
Lee.
read into it. You know,
Max is like, this is gonna get the 3 dicks growing out of my forehead. Totally are.
I need 3 books for my 3 dicks.
3 dicks.
3 books from a 3-day. Well, that's at Bob
Yeah,
Marley.
I got names for them too. There's Edgar, there's Alan, and there's Poe.
Oh,
It was Poe, but you know, I said Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe.
I was too Poe to afford the L. Oh goddamn.
God.
But where are we going with this crazy shit?
I have no idea.
I guess
We're going wherever we're going.
the attitudes of foreigners towards disabled people, I guess. Although what I always find funny too is a lot of times you get people who do speak minimal English working in those like the tard homes. You know what I'm saying? Because I think there's like a hybrid language that they can kind of speak, like the tards and
Because they pay them shit.
well, yeah, that's that too. But they still are able to communicate. I'm just surprised that you got the Mexi melt who's like, oh no, and you got the retards going, "Gay, gay," and somehow they understand each other. I'm like, wow, dude.
Well, sure, because it's the body language. It's the,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I had my best communications when I worked at Enchanted Hills with the nonverbals.
Really?
You know, yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
they loved me for some reason. I could just get on their wavelength. I'm like, oh, you like to clap? Let's clap.
Huh.
You know,
Interesting.
you like to sing opera a little bit? Do that. Play with my tennis shoe. It's fine. I'm on your page. Like I would just feel it. And so I think that sometimes that's a gift because you aren't confusing it with language.
You can't call them retards. You know why?
Oh, well, she called them nonverbals. She said nonverbals, right?
I said nonverbal.
But
Nonverbal.
still.
Well,
Hey, by the way,
Actually, I have a go ahead. Max.
oh no, you first, man. This is kind of funny.
Well, I was going to change the subject completely a little bit.
Oh, I was
so,
gonna. Well, but this is kind of along the lines of the subject. It's just funny because I just got, we get those YouTube creator emails all the time, and one of them was about putting captions in your videos, and I'm like thinking, damn. So we're like missing all the deafos. They're like, throw them in the back of the laptop. Hey, that's very funny, man. I like that. Like the deafos are getting pissed off. I can't watch this video, son of a bit. This is not ADA compatible.
wow.
Yeah.
You just went there.
I always do.
You just made fun of deaf people.
Oh, I always do. Or how
Hardcore.
about the ones that just make sounds that are just like, man. I remember one
I
time
grew up with them.
I went,
We used to have to ride the
Oh,
bus.
boy.
We used to have to ride the short bus to school.
oh, you had
my
deafos
brother
on your
and I.
bus. Oh,
Yeah. So okay. So my experience, because we didn't go to school for the blind, but if you opted in, all the blind people in a certain county would go to the same school. So they had a resource room.
Oh, like we had.
You
Yeah,
could-
same deal.
Yeah. So we had to ride the short bus to get there because it was about a 20, 30-minute drive.
That's what we
And
did.
and so I got my hair yanked out. I got like people that violent.
Why are they so
I was like
violent?
a little kid, and if they weren't restrained, some of them would like pull your hair out. One of them, it's nice. I ate all my cereal. I ate all my eggs. Like she would just, and then there would be the guy that was deaf and he would not know he was making noises and he would just.
Well, that's what's
the
funny.
thing, but that's actually an interesting thing to actually be a little bit more not necessarily serious, but
Yeah.
but it's interesting that we were all exposed to these things. So for us doing these things is not like necessarily like we're putting people down. We're really not, because we've been through, we've actually seen this since we were little kids. We've always been grouped with a whole bunch of different disabilities.
Yeah.
So it's almost like we're just not, like we're like, I don't, we're not necessarily like making fun of people. In other words,
no,
it's just,
although we are making fun, but because we're part of it too. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure there's some defos out there making fun of us, going, making fun of the canes or other shit that
or whatever,
whatever thing that we got going on.
Like they can hear them.
Like they can hear them.
Well, maybe it's a visual thing. They swing their arm back and forth like us in the game. That's
Are they
funny.
really making the?
It might be. Shit. I remember. I went to I wanted to check out this place because we get a lot of calls, at people asking us, what resources are available for deaf people. So I wanted to check out this one organization, right? I was a grand opening, and I went to this motherfucker, and pretty much everybody was deaf. And I felt like I was in that movie Quest of Fire. Remember where it's all cavemen and they just make sounds? And I'm just like, whoa. And then I'm laughing because I'm thinking they probably think I'm as fucked up as I think they're fucked up.
Of course they do, man.
Yeah,
because we all are, man.
Look at that blind
They're
motherfucker.
like, why'd they send that guy?
Yeah, like
what did blind motherfucker doing here?
Like, you don't even see, he doesn't understand, you don't even understand the concept of sign language.
No.
So because you can't understand the concept of sight, so they're fucking talking with their hands, and you're like, look at this motherfucker.
Yeah, they're probably cracking on me. They're going
like, dude.
but yet they're making tick sounds.
Yes, they were doing that. Yes.
No, it's because they know it's a sound because they can hear the sonic vibrations from when he taps
they know
it
exactly
on the
what
ground.
it sounds like.
Well, that or maybe maybe that was the wrong one, but they're probably moving their arm back and forth like we do with our canes, like in front of them or something.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
And they're like, they're fucking blind though.
Seriously, like,
that's funny.
Did you know that Camp Bloomfield used to be that way? Mixing the deaf and the blind together.
The first year at Camp Bloomfield
was like that.
First year in 1985, they put me in the cabin with all
the defos,
all the deaf kids.
Oh,
my first year. I was like 10 years old. I was homesick, and they put me in a cabin with all deaf kids.
Wow.
It was a deaf cabin. It was cabin 12. It was the last
That's
cabin.
gotta be fucked up. Here it is. It's
the
your first time
last
away
cabin.
No, it was a haunted cabin.
Yeah, it was haunted. They say it was haunted.
That was the haunted. They use that in all the stories, cabin.
Yeah, cabin 12. Oh,
it really was cabin 13 because there was a cabin, it's like.
But imagine that. Yeah, you're right. Like, I'm trying to get in your mindset here. Here it is. You're homesick. It's your first time away from home. You're like, oh fuck, and then everybody in your cabin is just like, bang.
Yeah, all my friends are in different cabins. Yeah, and they're
right.
Doing the cane sound.
Yeah. Right. I mean, and there were some people that had minimal hearing and stuff like that, but it was definitely weird because they used to have the deaf campfire.
Oh, that's right. There were two campfires up there. That's right. One was down.
They would have the old campfire would be the deaf campfire, and then the newer one would be the normal one. The normal one.
Wow. Aren't we elitist?
The normal one. Well, I remember
all the deaf people down there, and then we had the normal one. Well, no foreigners allowed either.
Oh, I bet you there was a lot of foreigners. I bet you those guys were ripping farts left and right down there at the deaf campfire.
Throw them in the back and let the livestock fuck them in. Go down the fishing pond.
Maybe one of them will fall into the pond.
That's what cabin 12 was. They would just sort of go in the ground.
It's like throw them in cabin 12.
Put the defos away from everybody else. Put them all in one cabin. They can all definite.
Hey guys. We have an
cabin
intercom.
12 was close to the horse trail.
Yeah, it was.
It was close to where the livestock was.
And it It was. You're right. There was that hill. It went right down to the horse corral.
Yeah.
Throw them in the back.
It's like, hey guys, let's do an experiment here. We've got an intercom system where we can listen in at any time on them. So why don't we put one new kid who's never been here before, who's visually impaired. Just put one in with it, just one. Just watch him interact in the cabin 12, and we can listen in and let like. I don't know what you're saying. Note the fear. Section 3 says note the fear.
Listen to him. You hear him getting agitated. He's getting a little pissed off that he can't communicate with his cabin members.
Oh, look at it. It's 2 a.m. He's crying. Oh, this is bad.
Oh God, this is great.
What if we put him in the lower campfire too? We could do that. We could just really fuck with him.
Yeah.
No. Let's not do that. Let's not let him. No, it has to be when he's at his most vulnerable.
Okay.
Yeah, when he's asleep or when he's around people. Rest hour when he's trying to lay there and there's wildlife sounds and the.
Well, that's the thing too. If they make noises and wake your ass up,
Yeah, they don't know they do it.
That's what I'm saying. They'll just be like, like really fucking loud.
But that's the thing, though. So we can do this because we've been through these experiences. And actually, I had a good experience with one of the guys in my group.
Really?
Yeah. All right, that sounded terrible.
Did it involve 3 dicks?
I was 9. Oh shit! It was you. Anyways. No, my point is no. It's just he was a cool
he's
kid.
just saying that one person in the group was actually decent. All the rest of them were shitheads.
Yeah, they're all a bunch of retards. And actually, I don't even remember much about that fucking summer except that one time. No,
that one time at band camp.
With band camp. We shared a Baki Yaki, and it was wonderful.
Man.
So anyway,
there were magical moments.
It's just interesting how we, in our generation, just our ideas about things is how we can make fun of things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just think it's because we've been through experiences with people, we understand that our own weaknesses, and we can actually laugh at ourselves as well.
Oh God, we do all the time.
Well, and we can recognize. I remember somebody asking me when I was down at one of the colleges and I was at a seminar, and the director of the college asked me to look in on. She said, I don't think we're doing a great job with this student, and she was blind. And I went in and I worked with her a little bit, and I said, I came back and I said, don't worry about it. She's going to drop out. And if she doesn't, she should. She's not suited for this.
I'm sure they weren't prepared for that one. Right.
Yeah. And I said, here's why. You're doing just what you should do. She doesn't care about this. Somebody told her it was what she should do. And she's in here with nothing. I'd worked with her all day. I tried different things. I tried, to encourage her. I told her about my success. I told her about all these different things. She had just been put on a career pathway she didn't want.
That's typical.
And,
that's what these social workers do. They just slap you in some fucking college and go, here, go to college.
Yeah, she had no aptitude for it. She had no interest in it. And they were very surprised I said that. I said, no, you're off the hook. Don't worry about it. And sure enough, the director called me a few months later. She said, you're right. She dropped out. Yep. She is blaming us, but I have your recommendations down and all your notes. And I put it, much more professionally than what I just said to you guys, but, on the paper, so that they wouldn't get sued.
Sure,
but
you did.
I did.
No, she's a fucking tard.
Livestock.
Throw her in the back and let the livestock fuck her.
Yeah, for some reason they shut down after that. I don't know why.
Was this a community college or what kind of?
So it was no, it's Fullerton State College in Orange County.
It was an agricultural college with the livestock.
It was, yes.
Well,
there were actually
there was livestock there.
There were livestock. If you went toward the outbuildings, there were sheep.
Boy, look what I started. God damn.
There were.
Man,
it's gotta be enough. We gotta.
Well, you know,
I'm thinking of just a new song. It's got to be
I've seen
Nothing Sacred special.
Like when I was working, I saw the opposite happen when I was working at Bloomfield as a counselor, and it was the developmentally delayed adult session. And this guy came and he seemed pretty with it and up on game and all this kind of shit. And finally he straight up said to me, he's like, you know what, man, I want to go home. I don't want to be into this. And I'm like, I got you. So I knew what happened. He was misplaced. Somebody sent him, he probably would have liked one of the adult sessions or one of the other ones. But since they sent him to developmentally delayed adults, you got dudes that are sticking their fingers down their throat, cause themselves to vomit. And I did have a guy that was doing that for real.
Oh, there's always stories from there.
Oh yeah.
From that.
Yeah. But this guy did not belong at this session for sure. Some fucking jackwag sent him to this shit.
So was he normal or was he just
totally normal?
Oh.
No delay at all. There was nothing wrong with him. He was just like we are.
Yikes. He got put in the...
Wait a minute now.
Oh.
Yeah, seriously, just like
maybe I shouldn't use us as an example. No, he was totally with it. I mean, it was like this dude did not belong at this session for real. And I was just like, okay, I got you, man. So I took him up to the staff, the director staff, and said, hey, look, this guy doesn't belong here.
How long was he there?
Oh, he wasn't there long at all. He showed up and he was probably there for 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
That's about as long as he was there. But it wouldn't have been stimulating for him anyway, because it's developed.
So was he supposed to be part of your group or something?
Yeah, he was actually one of my campers.
Oh, and so you met him, and holy shit,
he was an
crazy.
Adult. He was an adult, is what he was, and some fuckbag sent him there. And so he's sitting with me, and they're just the way they're talking to him, and I'm like, whoa, dude, this guy doesn't. Because at one point he turned around to ask somebody something, and they're like, just turn around. And I'm like, and he goes, man, you know what? I don't think I
turn around. That's what they said.
Yeah, it was something
what
like that. It
was this. Yeah.
What the hell?
Well, you remember that was
Camp Doomfield. Here we are, Camp Doomfield.
Well, you remember that's when Bob Cabeza and Frank Cardenas were the camp directors, and those motherfuckers
turn around. Someone asked them.
It was one of the counselors, like, just turn around, just don't worry about it, or something. It was something
don't worry about it. You just turn around.
They were like, if I would have been like, who the fuck?
Well, they were very condescending to him, right? And I was like, okay. And then that's when he said, hey man, I don't think I really belong here. And I said, yeah, you're right. I said, let's go handle this, man. Let's get you out of here.
Trying to be diplomatic, like,
well, I knew right away, man. I was like, this motherfucker does not belong here.
Who did belong? I mean, even if he was, that kind of mentality of like treating people that way, I don't know.
Well, that's how they were. Like I was saying, the camp directors that year were they worked for the YMCA dealing with gang kids. They didn't know how to fucking deal with blind people. That
was he a total?
Yes, he was a total.
Okay.
But he was completely, I mean, he had no mental problems or anything, man. It was just
because I was just wondering, because I'm not trying to belittle any total, but if you were cited and you were sitting on that, you were like
but you know what, dude? Thank God he had me and not some other fuckbag, because another counselor would have just been like, oh, you'll like it. You're gonna, where me, I knew that, like it was totally normal. Like,
you really think because I mean, obviously he was that's actually true, and that's why he was let the system, and that's the difference. I mean, because if he probably wasn't a total, he probably wouldn't have gotten to that point. But because there's that difference. There's one of the differences that a lot of times totals face than totally blind people,
as opposed to visually
impaired.
Yeah.
Well, and it's how you're raised too, because
he was probably not enough. He probably wasn't aggressive enough.
He was a pretty kickback dude, but he did straight up say, I don't think I want to be here. That's what he said, something like that. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, but any one of us four
would have been
like,
I need to speak to somebody.
I need to speak to your. You turn around.
Yeah,
we would have mouthed off. We
would have said, I think I need to speak to your director immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is not working.
And that's you know what I'm saying? Do you get where I'm going with that? Like he kind of like got tossed along, like
oh, I ended up here.
Yeah, and that well,
Wow.
once
I don't think I want to
Yeah,
be
I
there.
had anger issues when I was an adolescent, so I don't think I would be that nice.
yeah, you probably would have.
But
we
you
would've
would have
bounced off.
spotted it before, and that's probably why he got there. Like, there's a reason why he got there in the first place. And
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
all I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, because we
there's
Oh,
a
yeah,
cause and effect
sure.
there.
we were in the dining hall. That's where we were when this shit happened. And then that's when he was like, man, I don't think I really want to be here, man. And I was like, oh, I got you, dude. All right, let's roll. You know, because I
Well,
knew exactly where he was coming from.
The
You know?
I
first
wouldn't
clue
even have
and-
made it to the dining hall.
Yeah, well, the first clue is actually I would never go to an adult camp for adults.
True.
True that.
The camp is for children and
Not adults.
up to 18, not adults. If you're going back to
Right.
camp,
Although I got to tell you, I
you're
went to
looking for
EHC.
something and that you're not going to find.
I went to EHC when I was an adult, and I had some fun. I mean, they took us to get massages and
What?
yeah, the leaf retreat. Remember the one where you and your brother came up and you know hung out with us that one day?
Oh yeah. I didn't
Well,
know y'all
that
were
was at the
going
Leaf.
getting massages and shit.
Oh yeah, they took us to get massages. We went out to TGI Fridays for dinner.
Yeah, but that's not what happens at Camp Bloom. Like if you're like, cause adult, I don't know.
Oh, normally
It's more for people that back in the culture when you were blind, you were put in a boarding school,
Yeah.
and you were
thrown in the back of
not
the livestock.
given-
Fuck 'em.
you were thrown in the back. yes.
That's the youth.
Cue the
that's
song.
Yeah,
Cue
analogy
the
of
song. But that's what it was for. It was for the people that were thrown in the back and the livestock fucked them, and they come back, and they also live on disability, and that's really the only thing that they do. That's one of their primary things. So for that group, that's what the adult camps are for.
Yeah, because they're
But-
doing all the adult shit there. They're fucking hooking
And they're
up
seeing their
shit, like-
friends.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
seeing their
You know?
friends and hooking up and doing their thing, like almost reliving like a part of their
Their old
past.
days or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
Um,
really a thing that I think is necessary nowadays, but back in the day for sure. And I don't know, maybe nowadays, but I loved working with them because they were easy. They just did their own shit.
Oh yeah, you didn't
But-
have to do anything for them. You know, you're just like, all right,
Yeah.
go do your thing, go shower. You know,
Oh,
brush your
yeah.
teeth, let's roll. So, well, yeah, that was fun.
You're just kind of like intermediary. I guess.
Yeah, just in case they have a question, you know,
Yeah.
you're kind of on standby. So,
Mhm.
because I did see some shit. There was a 65-year-old lady. She was like, I'm the CBOG, Camp Bloomfield OG.
Well, I'm just thinking about that dude though, like that blind dude sitting there going, I want to go and meet some adults who are like me. I'm sick and tired of trying to find someone else. I want to go and do something different. I've never done this before. Camp Bloomfield is having an adult blind session. I can meet a girl there, just meet people, who are visually impaired and blind, who understand where I'm at. You know what? The stigma of going to a camp, I don't want to do that, but I'm still going to try it. I'm going to go. And then he winds up fucking
Getting tardified, like,
getting
whoa.
smacked in the head by someone who's fucking having a tantrum.
Turn
and shit,
around.
has to be fucking
And he's being told to turn around,
Turn
turn
around.
around, retard. Every now and then I fall apart,
Turn around.
retard.
turn around.
So, yeah, man, it was it's interesting how that with the adult sessions and whatever. But hey, there's somebody on my friends list that still goes. Louie, you probably know her too. she still goes to camp.
Who's that?
Patrina.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like,
He's like, I don't know.
Oh, boy.
I don't know.
All right. Let's get this story out.
No,
I don't know
I have
either.
no idea who that is.
I don't
Okay.
either.
I mean, she's cool, but I see posts from her saying, okay, I'm going to camp, and I'm like, whoa, you're 40 something
Yeah.
years old. You going to
Yeah.
camp?
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
well,
bro.
but I think they should call it something else. Like if they're going to be doing it, just. But then again, they do the same. Do they do the same shit? Do they fucking go to arts and crafts and shit?
Well, let's see.
I just don't-
Actually, they were.
like
What were they doing?
I'm
At those
sorry,
sessions?
dude.
Well, the developmentally delayed adults, that was one thing, but
No, these are not. This is like adult camp.
yeah, no,
like,
we
You
had
were
a,
designing it. What would you do? Because you had to do daily activity.
well, and for the one at EHC that I went to, It was more assistive technology workshops and things like that.
That's a word. Yeah. Maybe
You
that's
know.
it. Maybe it's a camp like that, or maybe you don't
Oh,
call
that's
it.
so boring. I would make it way more exciting.
No,
That's what they did.
maybe you do arts and crafts, but you
Well, we
have some
did go get
fucking awesome
massages,
arts
like
and
I
crafts,
said.
like
You know.
like you're making fucking dildo molds or something. I don't
Oh
know.
shit!
If
Well, hey, Koala's brother and I we made a set of titties in the in arts and crafts when we were
Yes,
teenagers.
you did. Yes, you did.
And then she was like, we were like, where are the tits we made? What? And we kind of asked, where's the thing that Steve and I made? And she was like, oh, it broke. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
No.
And that was at Bloomfield or where?
Oh, no, that was EHC in China.
No.
Have you ever gone to EHC?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. EHC it's like Bloomfield, but it's
EHC?
Man, I didn't go to EHC. You know what? EHC, it ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? CB's the place to be.
Motherfucker.
What? Oh wait, no, you stole our slogan.
Didn't they steal that from? Because
Yeah.
I heard them saying that shit when I went to EHC too. They were like,
No.
They
It's
did.
CB's the place to be.
They totally did.
that was the
They totally
Don't you
Bloomfield.
stole
know it? Swang.
Yeah, I'm screaming
I'm
schwang.
screaming.
right?
They totally stole it. They totally
Here-
stole
here's
it.
the
And
diff-
actually, it changed the whole way. So when you went, Scott and Teresa had come from there, and that's where they were starting to direct. So Paul
This is
was
like some dirt on fucking.
my buddy.
Wait. We're talking
And-
about Scott Duncan and Teresa Duncan.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Who are no
Dun, dun,
longer
dun.
married.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
Oh, okay. Got it.
We'll
But
call him the
yeah,
squid and his wife.
The squids.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what you used
exactly. Yeah, dipshit. So so they came out and started
I
directing.
like Scott, man.
Oh shit! Oh no!
I never had a problem with Scott, but I mean, not. Yeah, it worked with-
No, he was dipshit. But you know, so we my boy Paul, who
We're
used
gonna
to
get
run
the
it-
whole blind. We should get the whole blind community on this. It's gonna be fucking no.
No,
You don't
he
need
let
vote.
everybody run however they wanted. Like he didn't.
I'm on
unless
Team
you,
Scott, man.
No. You really? but it was cool before they got there. I mean, and they
Yeah,
were.
I remember when I was a kid, so who knows how he really is? You know what I mean?
Oh
No,
okay.
he was nice to me. I won't fault him for that. But you know, he was always posing though. You know, I could always figure out like, what game are you
So,
playing?
Koala,
Who are you trying to be?
When did the tide turn? No, just
When did he turn to a
I-
dipshit?
No, just,
Turned
just joking. Let's actually.
when I went out back with the livestock.
That's just funny how
said,
it's all
I don't
interconnected.
believe that I belong with the livestock, Scott. And he said, well, prove you don't belong with the livestock.
He said,
You
"Yeah,
said-
you squid."
You said no. You said CB's the place to be.
Huh?
Don't you know it?
Me too. I didn't belong with the livestock.
Denounce EHC and all will be well.
Oh man. Yeah, that was.
Did the
That's
tide
so
turn?
funny how all these communities are so interlinked and intertwined.
They are.
I know,
but-
and I don't know any of them
Didn't
other
say
than that.
Well, you know, I did have to say this. At EHC, you had a little more freedom though. Like you didn't have counselors up your butt.
Because you
they-
were there when Paul directed.
oh, so it was
My
different.
boy Paul.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because when I remember going, because I went once as a teenager and once as an adult. So
Yeah.
you know, and
Well, as an adult, if you got told to go anywhere, you would.
oh yeah,
Turn
you,
around.
Fuck you. Yeah, turn around. Yeah, suck my dick. Actually,
Seriously,
I
he's
think
getting
it's a-
there. He's seeing people fucking scratching people and fucking. Seriously, there was that first day as a in the development delayed session as
Oh, yeah,
a counselor.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you've never dealt with that before, holy
It's
shit!
well,
I didn't
it's-
eat for 2 days.
It's
'Cause, yeah.
insane.
well, it scared me. So you were freaked out too. Because I had a guy,
Oh,
what he
man.
would do is he'd stick his finger down his throat, get himself to the point of almost vomiting and stop.
Yeah,
You know, and we'd always have to stop him. You know, we'd have to pull his hand
Yeah.
out of his mouth. Hey, stop that, you know. But I just remember I heard it. I'm standing there with him in line to get his canteen card and all that other shit.
Yep.
And I hear this
they-
noise. And then like the little English guy, actually, he stayed at our place, man. That guy, David, remember
Oh.
when we were roommates?
Oh wow!
He stayed with us one night. He was here in Vegas.
Oh, that's right.
Remember?
I think I remember that.
He's like,
The
he looked,
little English.
well, you know, everybody thought he was Austin. They called him Austin Powers because I guess he looked like
Oh,
Austin
poor
Powers.
guy.
All I remember, one thing I remember though, and this happened every year. I was there for 3 years as a counselor, and every year when they dropped off the caretakers would just be in this. You could just see the relief on their face, and you would be like, oh fuck, because they'd be like, here you go.
Here's your turn.
Here you go. You can. This is Jimmy.
Actually, these dudes, I want to say they stayed. The caretakers actually stayed at the camp too, because oh, you know what it was? I bet you, because shit got so crazy and out of hand in previous sessions that they finally said, you know what, caretakers, you got to stay here. Because I remember there was a dude who was a caretaker. He stayed in our cabin. We were, I was
maybe
cool.
It was that specific.
Maybe something happened in a previous year that caused them to have
That's
to
what I think happened, because the caretaker stayed.
We would have to, we'd have the latex gloves, we'd have everything to wipe, and do all that kind of stuff, change diapers if we needed to.
If they smeared or
whatever. Oh yeah, smeared or
My favorite story is the busted colostomy bag. That was awesome. When you told
why is that your favorite stuff?
Because it's funny as fuck.
Man, I am so glad I was not a camp counselor. Holy
here's the thing.
You missed out so much.
You missed out on so much.
Yeah, there was some cool shit, man. You would have loved it.
You missed out on the guy who we were wiping down the tables, and he just grabbed the rag that we used to wipe down the tables, pulled down his pants, wiped his butt with it, and then just put it back down on the table, and then sat down again.
My favorite was
that's great.
Yeah, see, my favorite
was the one that your buddy, man, that you had to pull the shit out of his ass.
Yeah.
That one guy was interesting too.
Oh yeah, the
ET came home guy.
ET came home. Yeah,
You had to pull the shit out of his ass.
Yeah, it was halfway out, and I had to grip it with latex gloves, and
his sphincter didn't push it all the way out. That's what the problem was.
I had to pull it out, and
well, and what
it was like as hard as adamantium. It was like a diamond.
Well, and then remember you said this was funny. You said it looked like ET, right?
Well, what happened was
it a diamond in the rough?
It was a
diamond in the butt.
But what happened was he would there were two other guys that would take care of him most of the time, and I was the activity director. And so they go, you have to, like, because he pooped like it was like 2 week session, 16-day section. And he pooped 3 times total, I think.
Oh God!
The whole session?
And, yeah, that's the whole. Yeah. So basically, like the first one of them did. The second one, they both did both, and they're like, "You're doing you're doing this one. You're doing one before.
You're up, dude.
You're up, dude." So it was like 7 a.m, and I'm laying there, and Todd was coherent enough. He had muscular dystrophy and some other stuff going on, and he was like, "Jeff." And I'm like, what? He goes, E.T. came home. and then they're fucking going. And because and Enzo, French dude, and this dude, this other guy. Oh, dude, we were smoking stuff. Anyway, I go downstairs. He's like, Jen, E.T. came home. He's like, it's your turn. E.T. came home. And they're going, E.T. E.T. I'm trying to pull this thing out of his butt.
There's your reveille for you.
And I grab it, and it's hard. I'm just like literally tugging. I have to plant my feet. And,
You're like playing like tug of war.
I'm not joking. This is what and I pull it out, and then we go like, yeah, it's ET. So then I go outside, and we're at cabin 6 or something like that.
You were in the girls' cabin?
We were in the last girl cabin because it was the kids that the boys that couldn't get up and down. It was much.
Oh, they couldn't go up the hills. Okay, gotcha.
Go up heart attack hill.
Not the boys who couldn't get it up, but the boys who couldn't get up.
Okay,
Jesus Christ.
Just so you know,
couldn't get up Heart Attack Hill because the boys' town was up the Heart Attack Hill, which is a larger place.
Okay.
Jesus, you're so you're just. So I took this big ass piece of shit, and I go outside and I throw it against a tree, and it explodes into like rocks, like against this tree. Because I was 19 or 20, and I was stupid, and I think I was probably high.
It explodes.
It was like throwing shrapnel. Yeah,
It was a space shuttle challenger.
I could embellish even more. There was a crack in the tree. Like,
Telling you, it was a space shuttle
knocked the
challenger.
damn tree down. It was so strong. I fucking did. Yeah.
Oh my god!
I should have kept it.
You should have made it jewelry.
I could use it as a paperweight later on.
You could have worn it around your neck, dude.
I had a pet rock for the rest of my life.
Or was it kind of heavy? You know, like like the rappers wear big chains and shit around the neck. I wear a turd around my neck. I heard that I pulled out of a retard's ass.
Dude, this ain't no turd, motherfucker. This is ET, bitch.
Yeah, I wear ET.
It is diamond shaped. It would have been all right.
Diamond shaped. Yeah, it looks like an eggplant.
Yeah, dog.
If it was soft, you could have molded it.
It was fat on one end and thin on the other. It was like
of course it was.
It was like ET's head. Yeah.
You didn't even have to fire it in a kiln, man. It was already hard. Like so.
Yeah, dude. I could have chipped shit off and made like
what
a
if
figure.
You glazed it?
I should.
The glazed shit.
No, I chipped shit off. Yeah, I chip like things off. I'm going.
But hold on, guys. As my usual ritual, I'm gonna mute real quick because I gotta piss and I gotta get some more beer. So you guys keep talking. I'm gonna do my thing.
Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Being a counselor is pretty interesting.
It's hard work. I actually loved it. I loved it. I preferred working with the people that had more problems, because they didn't mouth off at you. They were actually good people, but I just didn't like the bosses.
Yeah.
Hated the bosses. Like, you want me to do what? No.
So EHC, what is EHC? Is that Camp Edwards?
No, Enchanted Hills Camp. It's up in Napa.
Okay.
Yeah, in the wine country, because that's around where I'm from. So that's where I work.
I guess there was a little bit of a rivalry, not a rivalry between Camp Bloomfield and EHC, but maybe there was.
Yeah, I think it was created
by the campers, probably.
No, I think it was created by the administrators.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they were trying to get funding into more.
Surprisingly enough, I didn't know who
they were probably
Camp
both
Bloomfield was.
Not-for-profit companies. Yeah. And they were probably both like trying to get more funding, and the more campers you got, the more funding you got.
And we had a lot of funding. And so I used to ride.
My thing is I lived in LA, so it was just Bloomfield. That's the only camp I knew. I didn't know any of the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, we had I used to ride tandem cycling, like distance, and so I would do like the centuries every year for to raise money for Enchanted Hills as an adult, and so they made tons of money. I think we made more money up here at Enchanted Hills, and I think there was a bit of, and then Bloomfield had the LA money, and so the administrators were pushing that rivalry. Like, we didn't give a shit. We're like you say, Louie, what are you near? I'm not going to fly down to LA to go to camp. So there wasn't really much point in that. But yeah, there was a bit of a stupid rivalry.
Yeah, and people went back and forth, obviously. I never went to Enchanted Hills. I just went to Bloomfield.
So you've been to both camps?
No, I've only I was at the one, and then I was a director for the counseling or the women's division at Enchanted Hills, but I never.
Female unit director, is that what they called you, right?
It depends on the year. They always changed it because they wanted to change the salary.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you'd either be the head counselor, or you'd be the assistant director, or you'd be but that's what I was.
Which, by the way, I was
the female bitch.
I was gonna come in and start singing. Let me tell you about the turds hitting trees and muscular dystrophy.
You should have.
Well, you guys.
And how hard it was to pull that turd out his butt.
It's when E.T. came home. He didn't phone at all.
Yeah, had me on my knees. I asked him to squeeze.
Jesus Christ.
And E.T. came home.
Jesus.
Okay.
ET's home. He got his speaking spell with his fecal hell.
Speaking spell.
Well, that's what he used. Remember, he used the speaking spell to make it a radio so he could phone home.
Yes. And then
that's how he made the little radio.
Was the movie, man. When I was
Oh man, ET.
And then we had the speaking math and the
shit, those were dope, man. The speaking math,
Right?
speaking read, all those. Oh shit. Number stumper.
Level one.
Next spell. Audio.
I like how you would
spell Baki Yaki.
Yeah.
That dude.
Everybody's defeated.
I wonder if that was an actual person's voice, because they used that voice on several different. They used him on the answering machines too. Remember, answering machines used to have that same voice. Hello, no one's available to take your call. Or,
no, they didn't. No, they had.
No,
they had. Wait for the beat.
Oh, you gotta leave your name. You gotta leave your number.
You guys remember that?
Oh yeah, it was all these answer machine,
the answer machine
jingles that you could use. Wait for the beep was the one that stuck out for me too.
Wait for the beep. You gotta leave your name. You gotta leave your number. Wait for the beep.
That was dope. I used to like that. Or nobody's home. Nobody's home.
Nobody's home.
Yeah. Damn.
We was 2-po. We didn't have an answering machine.
Oh,
you beat me to it. You beat me to it. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Damn. Answer machines were that was a thing. That was a thing for the luxury.
Yeah.
Rich.
Oh yeah. We didn't get one until
yeah.
My mom had one for business back in, I want to say 96.
Damn. You guys didn't get one until 96?
Well, hey, fuck you! I got my first cell phone in 98.
Man, I bought an answer machine in 93.
Max is like, damn, you're not getting until 96.
Hey, I bought one in 93.
Bastard.
I remember that because I bought this shit.
Wow.
We had an old tape one in the
fucking
80s. You had a tape. We had one in the 80s. There was like a big ass one. I think my mom got it because she used to do all that Avon shit, and they give her free shit for doing Avon.
Oh yeah, and it had a little round knob on it that you turned to.
Oh dude, it was fucking so. It was like it wasn't like it was state of the art.
Hey Max, I only got cable in 1992.
Damn. Sure.
Thank you.
Elitist.
You know what I used to do? I had one of those answer machines that had cassettes. So I would I'd put them in my tape deck and then rap over them, rap on them. And I'd do these like answer machine messages. I was just rapping the answer. Remember those?
Yeah.
Cruise control? Yeah. Leave your motherfucking message at the goddamn tone. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, motherfucking message at the goddamn tone.
I think I said something like, "You've reached that pimpin' ass nigga that goes hard on a bitch. And for you jock jiggling niggas, get your lips off my dick. Because I ain't got time. I'm busy making my ends. I got women to pimp and meetings to attend. And if it's somebody that I want to talk to, then I'm sorry I'm not home. But leave your motherfucking message at the goddamn tone." Keep in mind, I was 16 years old when I was doing that.
Okay.
Keep in mind that you're exactly the same as you were when you were 16.
You keep driving that home. You really do.
Well, what, the fact that I was younger when I did it?
Yes. Keep in mind that I'm still saying that the livestock in the back and
you were just a poor bitch.
I've evolved. I've evolved more. Now I'm more much more mature than I was when I was 16.
Now I'm doing podcasts with my friends talking about livestock fucking your dead corpse, or something crazy. So,
I've evolved. Progress.
I've leaps and bounds,
far,
guys.
Dude. 30 years.
Well, I still remember I brought my tape to EHC. Remember, and Scott and Teresa were like, or somebody was like,
Teresa.
It was Teresa. That's right.
Yeah.
She was like, "You guys should."
Sophistication hasn't passed me by. No.
Which is hilarious because she is one closet party animal.
I haven't seen that side of her, but I guess.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I worked with her, and then I was invited over to her but she's kind of snotty about it. You know,
Oh.
I am very professional and I party on my off time. You all know that.
Right.
So,
and if there's no secret to it, you know, it's like, that's
yeah.
what you do.
But I don't feel
Oh,
lofty.
God.
No, I don't feel lofty about it, but she kind of has this air of superiority all the time.
Like, I don't want to let people know I'm going to have a party and, you know, that
But
kind
she'll
of thing.
do it. But then when you meet her in, like she hired me to do a couple workshops to teach about fitness. And she was really, it's just interesting. There's a difference between people who just cruise through their life, which is what I try to do, or people who have set up compartments of their life. And I would say that's where she is. Yeah. Yeah.
So you keep the party with the party, you keep the professional with the professional kind of.
And I do that because that's just where it is. You know, it's like, well, no, this is the time we're at the bar. This is the time we're at the you know, the place.
I feel that
and,
I do that too with, you know, like I don't promote the fact that we do this podcast, you know, at my work or with people that I work with, you know what I'm saying?
But you don't make people feel like you're superior when you're in the workplace.
Oh, hell no.
I fucking love it, dude. When I go into a workplace, I know I'm the best, and I don't even hide that shit. I'm ready to rock. Let's just tell them it's fuck there. No, seriously.
No, but that's it. That's actually it, though. You just roll in. You're the best you can be. You roll out, and you do what you're gonna do. And there's this kind of air of there's presentation, I guess is there are people that do a presentation. And I don't tend to like those people.
Because everything's a presentation with them.
Yeah, because you don't really know what side you're getting. You don't know, like, I don't give a shit
what's real, what's not real.
Well, that can be said about anybody, honestly, like in a way.
Yeah, but there's a degree of it where it you're right. It can be. But you know the difference between someone there's a different side of me at work, of course.
Right.
But it's different when you're like, wow, you just closed a door and went somewhere else. Yeah, I'm having a hard time explaining it, but it's a bolder shift.
Yeah,
you know?
where it kind of it makes people sort of gravitate away from you.
Yeah, where you are all of a sudden, you know, if I come in to work and I'm working with, you know, the three of you, I come in and you come in and I say, you know, all right, let's get you back here. Let's look at your shoulder, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, we're not drinking beer. We're not, you know, putting blind people in the, you know, back and livestock and fucking them and stuff like that.
Or every other person of any other disability.
Right. We're not doing that. But I can switch into that mode versus all of a sudden I come in and I say, oh, hi, Max. How are you? Okay, this is wonderful. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, I feel
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. I know somebody like that too, whose demeanor all of a sudden is, you know, it's very plastic, you know, where you're like, oh no.
So in other words, like your pre-existing relationship never existed.
Exactly.
Basically.
And that bugs me. That bugs the shit out of me.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, if you have a pre-existing relationship and you were just shooting the shit and doing stuff and whatever, you're not going to be like, okay, now I'm going to be completely professional with you. Okay. You know, you're going to be like, hey, how's it going? All right, let's see what we can do here. You know, you're still professional, but at the same time, you realize that you have an existing relationship. Like, you're not just like, oh, I've never met you in my entire life. I'm going to treat you like I've never met you.
Yeah, it's almost like you guys are just newly meeting or something, you know?
And even if you didn't have one, there's a way to be professional without being fake.
Yeah.
And,
I feel it.
You know, I work with a woman who drives me absolutely nuts because she'll walk out. Hi, I'm so-and-so. I'll be your therapist today. And I'm thinking, what are you doing? You know,
Right.
I walk out and I say, oh, how you doing? I'm Koala. Come on back.
But there's also different styles of dealing with people. Like some of these people aren't in it for the like they're not like they might not be as good at socializing, so they have to do that because what they're interested in is figuring out what's wrong with them. Like that's why they're in with, you know what I'm saying? Like they have a different motivation.
Be genuine.
Yeah.
Be genuine. You know,
gotta,
yeah, but that
especially when you're working with the public, I would think, like, you know,
that's something that's easy for certain people to do. You know, like certain people aren't
true.
like they might be excel at doing the kind of clinical work, you know, figuring out what's wrong with you. Like they might be able, but they might be blunt with how they say it to you. You know, like
but they actually don't excel at that, because if you can't grab onto that's actually the funny thing that when I work with people like that, that's the one a complaint that I get from clients is like, it was fine, but no, it was just rote. Because when you're getting into your character too much, as opposed to what you need to do.
Right. To let them know. Because then the character sort of overshadows everything they tell you, right? Like, you know.
Well, yeah, the character is like, yeah, exactly.
That's yeah. Wow. It's interesting. Yeah. You got to really learn how to balance that kind of shit. You know, and like, even when I go out and speak to people, I try not to be too, you know, like I'm talking down to you motherfuckers. You know, I want to make it like, hey, I want you guys to, you know, I understand that, you know, I use the program like y'all should be doing. You know what I mean?
Yes, obviously it depends on the profession and stuff like that. But I guess my point was that some people are better at certain aspects of, because it's not just like a simple, like you're in a certain profession or you're in a certain thing. Some people might not be as well equipped to deal with people, so they come off fake because they don't know how to actually deal with people genuinely.
Well, I think that's
but it might come off as fake, and that means they're being fake, but it just might mean that they don't know how to relate to people.
But to me, that's a big fat turnoff. You know, like if somebody starts talking to me that way, I'm like, okay, dude, I'm really not gonna.
But do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't mean necessarily that they're fake. It just might mean that they just don't know how to effectively show themselves to people in a
right. Well, it I guess it shows you a defect. That's the point. I think that's the turnoff-ish part about it, is you see the defect.
So you're talking about social ineptitude in a way?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like someone might be like, okay, I love certain aspects of this. I love to figure out how to help these people. And they might be in the wrong profession, obviously, if they have to deal with what Koala's dealing with. But the point is, like, let's
I like counseling, but I hate the paperwork. I can't stand it.
Oh yeah, I'm that way.
It's so annoying.
I hate paperwork. Like me too. I love doing the outreach.
Why do I need to write notes? I know these people. Like, I know exactly what I'm going to talk about next time.
Oh,
you know, we're gonna. I don't need to write notes. And they say the notes are for yourself. I'm like, well, I don't need them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, that's
doing it.
That's the shit I get.
Doing it for the sake of completion. You know,
it's the automaton bullshit.
But some other people excel at notes and take studious notes. And then when you go back and see what they're doing, they have all this information about the stuff. No, not necessarily gobbledygook. Useful information that you can look back on and go, oh, this person was very detailed.
But you know what? Everything works. Not everybody works the same. Like we always talk about.
That's my point. Yeah.
You know, it's like I get kind of the same thing where, you know, I'll have my boss will say, well, you know, what are you gonna say to these people? What you know, I want to hear your, you know, what you're gonna, and I'm like, no, you know, I don't write speeches. I get in there and depending on who the audience is, you know, I'll speak to them accordingly. How, you know, I'm not just going to go in there and go, yeah, we do this and just rattle off some shit, but you know, whatever.
That being said, obviously there are people that you can tell are fake because of the way they interact with you. And then like it's a feeling, man. It's like
dude, it just no, I don't know. I can't be fake. I can't be, you know, I can't write some bullshit that I'm going to rattle at you. Cause I don't know what somebody could rip a fart during my speech. Then it changes the whole fucking speech. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could rip ass and I'm just going, that wasn't part of my speech. I didn't write the fart in there. God damn it.
What if you did? You incorporated it. Like, and yes, I know you agree with me. Thank you.
I wrote it that's what I should tell my boss. I wrote it in a case somebody farts or shits themselves or something.
Like, yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
In case of fart.
Actually, I was doing one speaking event one time, and it was for some some mentally challenged motherfuckers. And one guy kept yelling, son of a bitch. And dude, I'm trying my hardest not to break character. And he just kept yelling, son of a bitch. And I'm like, yeah, we provide, and I'm trying to tell him what's going on.
You said,
oh, it was hard.
Why
as
were you
fuck.
trying to provide that after a certain point? Like, why?
Yeah. Well, I took into consideration that they are retards, but at the same time, shit, I'm still trying to give them that respect.
Okay.
that was my question. I think this is a great wait, I don't know how long. Oh shit.
Yeah, we've been going for like almost 2 hours, homie.
Yeah. The term retard. This is something that bugs me about why people get upset about
they get offended by it.
Offended by it. And it's a question I want to ask you guys, or just a thought about it. Is that I think it's ridiculous that people get upset when someone says retard, because what they're really saying is that they think about the people. Let's say they have, my daughter is developmentally delayed. And I'm like,
same thing.
So when you hear the word retard, you think about your daughter? Like why are you associating the word? Why do I have to stop saying the word?
When you use it as an association tool.
Like if you didn't associate with your daughter, it wouldn't remind you of your daughter. You wouldn't think, my daughter's developmentally delayed. Well, I didn't talk about your daughter.
It's a musical term.
I said retard. Yeah, well, you associated it with your daughter. I didn't. I said a word. You associated it with your daughter or whoever the person is, because that's the big argument I have. Well, someone might have someone in their family who
well, it's like dropping.
So you think of them as quote unquote retarded?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like, when you use
you're ashamed of it. Like what do you guys think about that?
Well, it's like when you drop the N-bomb, I mean, it's like, well, so do you consider yourself that kind of person? You know what I'm saying? So I see what you're saying there.
Yeah, it's like an association. Like, are you associating yourself with this? Like you're getting upset, or you're associating the person that you care about, quote unquote, with it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
So I like Koala's take on it. So it's a musical term?
Yeah, it means to slow down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it means to slow down. And
or
that's
fire
why
retarded is another term. Yeah.
Yeah, it means to slow down. And there's nothing wrong with it. And it's basically like there's nothing wrong with saying blind.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God, yes. Being that you're fishing, actually, it offends me more when somebody starts fishing for a term to call me. You know what I'm saying?
This is an interesting thing. When I was doing my work at Fullerton, the director, I said, please stop referring to me as sight impaired, because she would always stumble over it.
Yep.
And I said, please stop doing that. It actually offends me.
That's
and
offensive.
she said, Koala, I cannot do that. If we're out to dinner, I can call you blind. I'll always introduce you as blind. But here, for the sake of my job, I have to call you sight impaired because it will offend the other students. So I said, well, you're offending me so as not to offend the other students who think you might be offending
I'll
me.
offend you instead.
And she said, yeah, that's how it works.
Damn. Wow. Although I will take into consideration you are in Northern California, but
no, we were in Southern California, but,
this is Southern.
Still,
okay. Well, California.
She was a former prison guard. I mean, she was straight up. She was like, yeah, I have to offend you.
So she basically told you that. She just wow.
She's like, this is what I'm told to do, because I could lose my job if I don't, if someone reports me.
Well, that's some corporate ass licking right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just that essentially, here I go, I'm going to get political again. Essentially, people are just so pussified.
Yeah,
they are. Yeah.
They're so emasculated, and they can't take any kind of word that may offend.
Damn it. You're right, dude.
Yep.
If somebody calls me blind, I'm not going to correct them and say, oh no, I'm visually impaired, or I'm partially blind, or I'm whatever. You want to call me blind? Cool.
I'm
but
blind.
you know that I can see some things, and I know that I can see some things. So it really doesn't matter. It has no bearing.
Well, like me, I might even correct somebody if they say, well, how long have you been sight? And I'll stop. I'll be like, you mean blind? Like, yeah, man, while you're still fishing for the term, I've got it for you here. Blind, very simple.
Right. I hate the fishing for the terms too.
Yeah, that's
or fishing for anything. Or I hate the I hate the thing where it says, "Hey, did you watch that movie?" I mean, you
Oh,
know,
and they stop themselves.
Yeah.
In your own little way, did you
yeah.
see that movie? I'm like, dude, I watch movies.
Yeah.
And no, I didn't see it. And not
It's a
because I'm joking,
colloquialism.
because I joke a
Yeah.
lot about my blindness.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
so sometimes people will be like, "Did you see that movie?" And they'll be like, "No." And then they would just start laughing because they know me. They know how I am. They know I'm a joker.
Right. And you're like, no, I
and
wasn't.
so,
I was being
and
serious.
so I'm like, no, really, I didn't watch that movie this time around. I really didn't see it.
Yeah, it used to be
In the old days.
Like when I was young.
It used to be that we used to be examined and try to prove ourselves with our intelligence and our ability to do things and
Yeah, that's true.
Not anymore.
No, now
That's
it's all
true, old
about
man.
your inability to do things and your oppression by other people, and
Yeah,
it has nothing
that
to do
blocks
with
you.
disability. It's about victimhood. And
Yeah.
that's why everyone has a fucking
He's breaking out
disability.
into his Indian accent.
It's
Uh,
part
He
old
did
man,
go
part
into it.
Indian.
Oh, yeah. Throw him in the back end with the livestock.
He's Grindian. He's Grandpatic Indian. Is that Swedish or Indian? What the fuck? I thought I heard a little Swedish chef going on there too.
I don't have
That song
I don't
is
have
gonna
accents.
haunt me.
Put the Baki Yaki in the pot.
Baki. See, he might have said Baki Yaki on one.
Baki Yaki Yaki. Burn the Baki.
Oh my God.
All right.
Well,
Well,
me man. On that note,
on that note,
We did
kids,
the rounds.
I think we did the rounds.
wow. Well, guys, this was fun. I thought it was
fun.
good. Maybe we should
Yeah.
start mixing them more often, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Louie's like, I don't know.
Yeah, sure, man.
Sure, man. Louie halfway said, "You know, I need a drink." He's like, "Honey, do you have that rum left?
Right.
I can't do this alone."
Actually, he might be writing a thesis right now. He might be writing
Probably
a paper for a class. Like,
All right.
oh man, I just sat with these 3 drunk motherfuckers on a podcast.
Middle-aged alcoholic.
No, actually, I didn't think you guys were drunk enough.
We don't sound drunk at all.
Oh,
No.
Oh dear.
Wow. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
I think next time you need to double up on your shots or something.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
See, this is the enabler right here. You
Yeah, I know.
enabling
See, look at
motherfucker.
that. He's
Uh-huh.
like trying to get
He's
us
like,
into his clinic.
You should
How
start
were we
2
not
hours
drunk
early.
enough? We had people putting blind people in the handicapped people in the back and livestock.
That's
sorry.
That's cruise control when he's not drinking.
So that's how we are normally.
That's fair. That's fair.
We were making deaf sounds, kids. Come
That's
on now.
That's fair.
All right.
Well, you know.
All right. Well, next time we will put on a more impressive performance.
Yes,
Right.
we'll start 2 hours earlier.
Somebody
and I'll
told
make
me
sure I
one-
get the 3
today I
liter
was
instead of the
telling them about
1.5,
this.
So.
They were like, man, you should do some shots like 2 hours earlier. And I'm like, hell no. I was like, man, I don't take my first drink until we jump on Zoom. You know?
I think I
See.
did that before the show of the when you were talking about your airport excursions.
Oh, the last one we did, last Drunken Sacred. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that was shit. That was back in September.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, I did pregame that one. Yeah.
Damn. Well, shit.
So maybe we should do that more.
Maybe so. Get really hammered. That's when cruise control is giving us fuck this and fuck that.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that, man.
Actually,
I was
the only
expecting
time
a
I said
lot,
fucking was in a song. Fucking.
right?
Yeah, livestock fucking.
Stop fucking. Fucking.
We
Oh,
were intellectuals.
yes, we were.
Well,
Intellectuals. Very
This
funny.
is the what the fuck's the date?
It's going to be the 11th.
the 10th. The 10th of December,
Today's the 10th.
2022.
Tomorrow will be the 11th.
This has been
When this
the
is going up,
Drunken
man.
Sacred Drink Rap. Will be up. I am Cruz.
With
tomorrow.
limited professionalism going on here.
I am.
And I'm
Baki
Maxwell-
Yaki. Teriyaki sake.
and I'm Maxwell Silverhammer. Should we try this again?
Hey, I'm Cruise Control.
I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm
And
Louie Love.
Koala.
And that's the story there.
Bitches. Yeah. Guess what, fuckers? We didn't feel like stopping.
So let's not go. Let's not stop. Let's just start with okay. So chocolate soda, it's fucking
Disgusting.
terrible.
It was gross, right?
Yeah.
Shit was horrible.
Yeah, we're back by the way, guys. It's fucking cruise control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
Koala.
I'm Louie Logue.
What's your
Koala?
I think she was taking a drink at the time.
Oh,
It's like
I said it fast, all right? I was being expedient, you fucker.
I'll be back in
Expedia?
just a moment, guys. Expedia.com.
Oh,
Did you say Expedia?
now she's a little bit more drunk, so she can start calling people fuckers now.
Oh shit. Oh shit. As long as it's not livestock. All right. I will be back in a moment. If you hear coughing, don't worry.
Oh,
Oh no, he has COVID.
oh, he's
He
hitting.
has COVID.
Oh, yeah. It's COVID.
He has COVID.
That's why we're doing this on Zoom because he has COVID.
Why
It's
we
virtual.
should stop because
Yeah.
he's got COVID.
You know,
Yep.
it's a
I don't want
virtual
to
thing.
catch it. Remember last time?
Well, who was it? There was somebody.
Remember last time he and I both got sick?
Oh, that's right. You got
yeah.
you got what do we call it?
We got Zoom COVID.
Zoovid or
COVID.
something.
Zoom
Zovid.
Zovid or something,
Zovid.
something like that.
We did. We got
I know
Zovid.
that both of you got sick at the same time. I was like, "You sure you weren't kissing?"
No, we are in different states.
You guys make it. Well,
And,
maybe
we
you know he
got-
might have
we
a
got-
long. He might have a really long tongue. I don't know.
Zobid. It transcends states, state lines.
Zoovid.
It doesn't
We got
care.
Zovid. It's not very well known, but yes, we
It
got
doesn't
Zovid.
discriminate. It goes clear across state lines and everything.
If you've
your
been on a
borders.
Zoom call.
Who cares about your borders? We don't give a shit.
Not about the borders. It's all about the orders. If we have to shelter in place and we're told to, we drank from Joe Biden's adult diaper, and God damn it, that's what we're gonna do. We had a cup of Job.
Have a
didn't-
cup of
I
Joe.
didn't drink-
Oh.
I didn't drink from the diaper.
Oh no,
No.
you better squeeze it into a coffee cup for you.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I mean, I
Damn.
am gonna crack another beer.
Hi,
But-
my name is Joe Biden. I'm the president of the United States.
Wait a minute. You mean
want-
ET didn't come home?
Hold on. No, I gotta piss, you fuckers.
Excuse me. I got COVID. So
Hold on, I'll be right back because now I have to urinate too. So
okay.
I'll be back.
Dude, here's the thing. Here's an interesting idea about COVID as well. If it was a normal year, 5 years ago, three years ago, and you had a cold, would you actually try to figure out what fucking strain you had at all?
No.
Would you even fucking think to
Not at all.
if you're just feeling the sniffles, I got the sniffles.
I don't figure it out now.
I don't
care.
either. That's my point.
I
It's
don't
like
know
it's
what
like
it is.
I don't know what it is. I don't care. I don't want to know what I have COVID. So what?
What are you going to exactly do about it?
I've got
That's-
COVID 15 instead of 19 or whatever the COVID that we normally get is, because it is a COVID
Yeah.
that we get. The normal flu is I think I believe a COVID.
It's a form of SARS, and it
Yeah, so
happened in
it's the
2002.
same family of
Yeah.
basic same shit. But you would never go, I need to test myself for COVID. And then you get it and you're like, oh my God, I got a code and it's COVID. And it's like
I went to work
crazy.
Monday.
It's a psychosis.
I had a sore throat, and I laid down and I felt better. And then, I felt like, oh, I'm catching something, but I'm fighting it off. Great. Good job, Koala, And my client came in and I said, I'm just going to be taking a little more, drinks off my water bottle and whatnot. Because I was catching something. Oh, did you have COVID? I'm like, no, I did not have COVID. I did not. I lied and I said I tested myself because I lie, because that's the best way to do it nowadays. But
Who cares anymore?
Like,
It's all theater. Yeah.
and I just thought,
Or at least
what
a
I
lot of it
had is you guys masking all the time.
The first step to change is
Freaking out.
Admit you fucked up.
admitting that you lie.
Yeah.
Well, that too.
I did lie. No, I lie all the time. I lie all the time at work because I can't deal with these people because they say, did you test for COVID? I'm like, oh, of course I did. Of course I did. I'm like,
hey,
I
you know what? Cruise Control and I, we had to bullshit a little bit.
Well, I don't want to.
Okay. I had to bullshit a little bit. It was something we went to. That was prior to me getting ejaculated for real, and I had to like tell people that I got the shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
you know what I'm saying? I love that you're just grasping it like, yeah, I got the shot.
I got it, man. I'm handling it.
You got the shot, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's what I did. I had to tell somebody, yeah, man, I got vaccinated, bro. I got the shit. So anyway, it was a situation where I had to do that, and they were just, yeah. So
What the hell was that?
that was who did that? I thought that was you. You made that noise, didn't you?
No. It's like a sound effect or something.
I didn't do it either.
Maybe that's Zoom saying, "Get the fuck off, man! You motherfuckers been on." Like they're kicking us off.
My emotional support dog is just passed out right now.
Oh, that's what's going on. That was the emotional support dog snoring.
Yeah. Sorry. Fast. No, he's like, nope, I'm not getting up. Fuck you.
No, that was the dude farting in the midst of your speech.
Oh, that's what it was. The guy ripped ass during my speech. That's crazy.
Was that the same one that he said to the bitch? What was it?
The son of a bitch guy?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, that's an older one, but now.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, seriously, son of a bitch.
Oh, dude, if somebody would have ripped ass during one of my speeches, I think I would have broken character.
No one's
I'd have been
ripped
cracking
ass
up
in your speeches yet.
Yeah, nobody's.
You know what?
Hold up, man.
Character and son of a bitch.
You're right. You know what? This whole time I've been doing the same job for 17 years.
Oh my god!
And nobody has ever ripped ass during my speeches.
No one has ever farted during a speech.
Can you believe it?
We all have a mission.
Something's wrong.
Somebody has to go.
This is oppressive. This is terrible.
I know it is. I'm gonna
now
have
they're
to
just pulling silent but deadlies, or just squeezing their butt muscles, or doing some shit like that.
How many speeches?
They can't just be like not letting it go every once in a while.
How many speeches have I done? Oh God,
seriously,
I've done.
Well, in big crowds. So, how much is your biggest crowd?
The biggest crowd I had. Well, let's see. Shit, dude, I spoke to a group a few weeks ago that was like 64 people.
Okay, there we go. Because you could be somebody.
Silverhammer has spoken to thousands of people,
and no one has ever ripped
no
ass.
one has ever ripped ass during his speeches.
Yeah, I'm sure they have.
And he's like, I don't even get it, man. I
haven't even smelled a fart during any of my speeches.
I just want one. I just want one time.
All
my friends, they have multiple stories about farting during their speeches, but I don't got any.
Should you encourage it before you?
Maybe I should.
Just allow it. Just say,
you know what? Okay, hold on, guys. Hold up. This is funny because
Max is trying.
No, I need to invite my sister-in-law to your.
What, does she rip ass all the time?
All the time.
Wow.
She don't care.
It's like the end of the documentary is like, dude,
Max is getting help. People like Louie has advised him to talk to his sister so that he can have people around him that'll lift him up in flatulence while he's speaking to people.
You raised me up.
You raised me up.
So I can. What does it say? So I can
something. I don't know.
Something about mountains. I
can climb the mountains or some shit. I don't know. Whatever the fuck he says.
You raised me up with your aerial.
Who knows what he says too? I don't have a clue.
Yeah, I don't know.
Throw him in the back and let the
Although
light.
I gotta give credit where credit is due. I mean, that dude has a pretty amazing voice. I'll give him that.
He does. He does.
He can definitely sing. I can't take that away from him. But boy, what was the whole point of this? Oh, people ripping ass during my speech. Yes. As far as I know, I've never even smelled a fart during my speeches.
Man, that's really depressing. I mean, you should have at least a couple of. I mean,
well,
you should mention it.
This was my work idea.
terrible.
Here we go, guys. Here's my idea.
Oh,
Think about
dear.
this, because there was one time we showed up. It was supposed to be a lunch and learn, right? And the woman was like, "Did you guys bring lunch?" And we're like, "No, we thought you provided the lunch." And she was like, "No, the speaker is supposed to provide the lunch." And I was like, "I was
What?
never." That's what she said. The speaker is supposed to provide the lunch. And I'm like, that's new to me. I didn't know that shit. So she's like, "Oh, well, it's okay. I'll go to like Little Caesars or something, get a bunch of pizzas or some bullshit." And so now I'm thinking back, what I should have done has been like, "Nah, man, I got a bunch of bags. I got a bunch of cans of chili, Hormel chili right here, and be like, we're going to pass them out to everybody. You guys are going to have chili for lunch. And somebody is going to rip ass."
Lunch and brunch was the
The speaker is supposed to provide the lunch.
Yeah, that's what. And she didn't even tell me that.
It kind of makes sense if it's a lunch and brunch and they agreed on that.
A lunch. Well, yeah, because she said
if it's in the contract. But however, I've provided
we
many.
didn't sign any contracts. That's the thing.
No.
It was just me. It was a verbal.
You're supposed to
I've done
bring
so
pizzas
many
and
of those
shit.
things, and actually, the lunch is provided for the speaker.
That's usually
hate
how it
to
works
say
when
it,
I go.
But that's the reverse
Yeah.
of what she said.
Like I've gone and
So-
spoken at Lions clubs and at
Oh, and
I
I've
know,
Rotary and-
organized multiple things.
You bring the information and the lunch.
Yeah, that's what this bitch. Well, this is a low income senior apartment complex, so that might
I
have
don't give a shit what it is. They need to know what's what.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I was like,
That's
she
when
was
you
like,
gotta
"Yeah, you
fart."
need to provide the lunch." I'm like,
Yeah, seriously, you should. Next time, dude, get some beans, dude. Get some fucking some avocado.
"Oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna bring the fartiest food to the party."
So you
Be
can
like,
just
"Look, well, I
keep
brought
caffeinating,
like
dude.
20 cans of Hormel chili, so just make
Dude,
you
you're
come
like
up here."
you're desperate for that fart story, dude. Man, one time,
Make yourself at home.
make it
Be like,
happen,
yeah.
dude.
Be like, "Dude, just come up here.
Don't
There's
bring
a
it in
can
the
opener."
cans, though. Put it in like carrying containers, so they think
Oh,
it's
like
homemade.
Tupperware.
It's like, this is my grandpa's recipe.
That's funny as fuck. I should do that. Be like, "Yo, this is my grandpa's. It dates
Oh.
back to the 1800s.
And then you're
This shit's
just-
gangsta."
and then you're farting. A couple of them might be shitting.
Especially you
It's
old
just gonna be
motherfuckers that got bowel
beautiful.
issues.
Like, thanks for not providing lunch. Oh, they will provide you lunch next time.
They made their own lunch. They recycled their lunch right there. Some
Like-
of them in their diapers.
Have a lovely sandwich.
There's, but you're right.
Where'd all the cats go?
Mhm.
There's support
Where'd all
cats,
the cats go?
emotional support cats.
Well,
That's what they are. They're emotional support cats.
my husband-
That's what's going
Oh
on.
boy.
I love that my dog is just peacefully. He's just like,
He's
Yep,
totally oblivious
yeah.
to what's going on here.
you
right?
guys are so. Well, I'm patting him with my foot.
Oh,
so-
okay.
He's just like, yeah, you guys are nuts. That's fine. As long as you don't fuck with me, I'm good.
Oh wow.
Yaki.
Bakiyaki.
Makiyaki.
Bayaki.
Makiyaki.
I think if you're pronouncing it Bayaki, then it's like
I forgot it's Bakiyaki. I forgot.
Baikiyaki.
Bakiyaki.
Yeah.
Look, it's a new language. Okay, guys. I have
Okay.
to assimilate my brain. And if
Oh.
you could forgive me for that.
You
I
need to
would
take a
love it.
critical race class, I think. Is
Oh.
what needs to happen.
No, this is what I'm talking
Ah!
about. This is what I'm talking about. She's reached that level that I was thinking that was going to be reached. She
That
can't even
drunken
pronounce
level?
Wakiyaki correctly.
When you're, well, you know, I had a bartender.
You
one
don't
time
even
tell
know
me-
what it means.
I had a bartender tell me one time, if you're too fucked up to pronounce what you're ordering, then it's time to quit.
Well, no, I'm not ordering it.
Then cruise control should have quit a long time ago with his Cabernet.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Wait, my Cabernet saving gone?
Saving gong.
Saving non?
gone.
That's what it was. Saving gong.
Saving gone.
Saving non?
Let's see.
Very offensive to the veterans. Very offensive.
Saving gong and fighting the Kong in Vietnam.
No, I had this weird experience. So
Liberty Crush.
I was going up to the ATM
Uh-huh.
and this guy, and I walked in front of him and I said, "Oh, excuse me, I walked in front of you." I said, "Nope, chivalry is not dead." And I said, "Okay, nice." And then he proceeded to eviscerate me about how I didn't understand. I fought a war. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
What?
I ran into a vet with PTSD.
Oh Jesus! So
Yeah.
he flipped the fuck out on you for this
He
ATM.
flipped out on me for him being nice to me.
Sounds like he needs an important emotional support cat.
Right. I think he needs Baki Yaki. So
I had an emotional support cat, but he disappeared one night and I never saw it again.
well, and the sad thing is my mom, gets out of the car and she's so sweet and I'm not. And she's like trying to reason with him. And I said, Mom, he's either on something or he's got PTSD.
Or he's off something.
Yeah, he's off something.
Oh, he's
So-
a dumbass bastard. He could be just a sorry son of a
Like,
bitch.
you don't understand. Nobody understands. You don't understand. And I finally I'm walking by and he tried to grab Vassar's leash.
Oh shit!
And that's when I had a
That was
problem.
a misunderstanding.
And he said, you don't understand. I said, I slapped him. And I said, sir, my father had a 21 gun salute at his funeral. So back the fuck off.
Oh, nice.
And my mom was like, what? And he did. But I mean, it was unsettling.
Well, yeah.
It was unsettling.
Sounds like it would be. Although, you know what's really
At 9
unsettling?
in the morning.
What's really unsettling is the fact you're still using an ATM.
Well, yeah, because I had to jam into work. I was covering somebody's shift.
Well, see,
But-
for me, I just use my card everywhere. I don't even go to the ATM.
Oh, you
No, I
should
had to
have
deposit.
cash. You
No,
should
I
have
had
cash.
some Luddite clients who
Yeah.
gave me checks.
Oh, so you
that's
had
why.
to deposit them.
Yes.
Got
yeah,
you.
that's the
There he
only
goes,
reason.
being elitist again.
There's
Hey!
Seriously, I'm actually going. Wait a second. Cash is
Why would
I
never
haven't
go
used an
to
ATM in
ATM
5
I
years.
don't
biatch.
use cash. I don't dirty my hand with paper.
I don't need
Never.
paper money like you.
Interact with those people.
Jesus,
You could have avoided such.
goodness. Wow. It
Difficult
smells,
interactions.
It taints your fingers. It's like smoking a joint without smoking a joint. All you're doing is handling.
Smoking a
filth.
joint without a roach clip. I mean, good
It's like the
God.
Bill Clinton style, you know.
It's like touching the pole without actually having to be near them.
Yes. Dear God.
It's all dirty with cocaine anyway.
Exactly.
All right, so that's my point.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
All
what
right.
my
Well, I,
point is.
I see why you had to use, because I still get, when I get occasionally, I get a check for, my tax return.
Occasionally,
The motherfucking government,
it's
they,
like, wow.
Wait, you're getting
Occasionally-
upset about
When
I
I get
have
a
to
check.
deposit money.
well, I'm like,
For my
My
tax
own
return once a
account.
year.
you can send
Why-
you should send my stimulus check to my
Why
bank account,
don't they
but yet
just
you motherfuckers got to send me a
I
check.
know.
Uh,
Why can't they just deposit money into my account without me even knowing it happened?
government should
Hey.
simply put
It is 2022 after all.
Cruise control's breaking into his Indian accent again.
London, let
He
me tell
can't
you
help
something. It's a goddamn it.
Who, me?
You actually
It's-
should.
I don't have an accent. It's just a voice. See, that's why.
I
that's why
wonder if
kids
it would get it done faster.
Yeah, but whenever you do
I-
the voice, it always feeds into it, filters into Indian. It falls into it.
I don't know, man.
Like
for a while,
you maintain the British thing, and then all of a sudden you're a British Indian.
he's a Brindian.
which
Wow.
is a such thing.
Well,
yeah,
I won 175 percent
wait,
Indian.
wait, no,
Wait,
that's
wait,
is that
wait,
Native
wait, wait,
American
wait,
or
You're 175%.
Yes. It's called stoner math.
That's called no.
I'm 0.0000175.
Oh wait, are you talking about the feather or the dot, man? Because I think you're a feather if you're a Indian, right?
I am one with the.
Or are you part Duncoon?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I don't know. I've never seen you wear a diaper on your head, so I guess you're Native American.
Oh my. You are so racist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna be in the same
I-
critical race theory class.
No.
Yeah.
I feel that he is racist,
Uh-oh.
and I don't know what we can do about that.
Critical
What do we
race
do
theory
about
class.
that?
We'll
So
just take
technically-
him back into the back to the livestock and let him
Yeah.
let them take care of him.
Seriously.
Wow.
It's like. See, the good thing is you got the blard to protect you, man. You can say whatever the fuck you want. People go, oh, he's just a fucking blard.
He's a
dude.
bleatard. What does he
Either
know?
way, we're throwing him in the back and let
Oh, he's
the
just
livestock
livestock
fuck him.
spouting off his bullshit. Yeah, he's just nerd.
Yeah. Just say your shit. Wow.
We don't think you're worth anything anyway, you blind motherfucker.
I don't know, man. Did I? Well, oh yeah. We talked about that already. Where the telemarketer threatened me.
Wait, no, did we?
Well, I didn't tell. I didn't tell you, but it was one we talked about on a previous show. But I did have a guy actually call me back, and I guess I must have cussed out his female coworker like a few weeks ago or whatever, a few days ago, and he was like, "You gave my colleague a hard time, you motherfucker! I have your address."
And did you say Terry
Wow.
Makichud?
I give him a Terry Mucky Shoot. Yeah, oh yeah, of course. Got to. Which, for those that don't know, Teddy Maki Choot means your mother's pussy in Hindi.
What is it?
And
Teddy Maki
and Ben
Choot.
Chod.
Ben Chod is your sister's pussy.
See,
Then
here's
Sean.
the thing.
No.
Ben Sean.
You're supposed to
Ben-
let
Ben-
that hang and let people find that out themselves.
Yeah,
Oh, they gotta Google
You
it?
just say it. You're like, hey, just to let you know.
Oh wait,
I'm-
what's the first one though? Because I need to know how to,
It's like
how to say this.
like a
Oh,
delivery
it's
there,
Teddy
man.
Maki
Like a-
Choot, which means your mother's pussy.
Teddy
Maki?
Maki Choot.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah, it's almost
Exactly.
like
Terry
teriyaki.
Yeah.
It rhymes with
Baki.
Baki. It
It's
rhymes with
almost like
Baki
Baki.
Teddy
It-
Maki
it-
Choot.
Yeah, it's
Teddy Maki
almost.
Choot.
And how I remembered it was teriyaki. That's what I thought of it. I was like, oh,
Teddy
okay.
Maki Choot.
Me
Well,
too.
now you have to rhyme it with something else. So you know.
Teddy Maki
No,
Choot.
no, I'll
Baki
remember.
Baki.
Maki Yaki Chud.
Maki
Baki Yaki Maki Choot.
like what? I'll be so confused. I know she insulted me, but I have no idea what she
What is
said.
Bakiyaki? I've said that to
That'd
some
be
of
funny
those.
if Bakiyaki was some sort of Hindi word.
Maybe it is. Yeah, that's.
No, I looked it up. It doesn't seem to be an actual.
Well,
We'll
Not the
make
way
it
we
one.
spell it.
We'll make it one.
we'll make it one. Well, sometimes when I throw that at those guys, they
We'll
try to
make
play
it
like
That's our goal in life.
they try to play like they don't know what I said. They'll
Right.
say things like, I don't speak Spanish, sir. And I'm like, motherfucker, it's in your language. You sound like a Dune Coon. You must be able to speak Hindi, right? Like,
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Buddy.
so,
Remember we were talking about those people who get offended easily?
yeah, fuck those people.
Calm down over there, Koala. He's fine.
I'm fine.
He's just being playfully racist. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, shit.
He's just being playfully racist.
Yeah, it's
Playfully
all
racist.
okay.
I like it.
I actually love.
He
You
can't
know what?
see the
Honestly,
errors of his ways.
That is actually one of the best sayings we've heard tonight.
Playfully
Playfully
racist.
racist from you, because
Yep.
that is hilarious. Just being
Sounds like
playfully
my girl is playfully racist. She's so hot.
She's playfully racist.
I don't know
Playfully.
if she's really racist or if she is not. She makes little jokes about me because of my mixed ethnicity.
Just playfully
Did you
racist.
say ethnicity?
That's a titty.
All right, okay.
God damn.
It's a nipple effect.
Oh.
It's just playfully racist.
Playfully racist. She makes little jokes.
So back to the carne asada pizza that we were
Yeah,
talking.
how did we?
No, I think we want to
fell
stick with the
with-
Dune Coons.
Well, you want Dune Coon? Well, we could make Dune Coon pizza too if you want, like a curry pizza.
Oh my god, an Indian pizza. Because you like that.
That might be
'Cause you
dope.
like that. You're comfortable there.
It's a curry meat pizza.
He
It
loves
curries a lot
his
of weight.
Indian. He
I love
loves his Indian pizza because he loves this. I can deliver this. I can. He can do the
Yeah.
language.
That would be dope. I mean, you think about it. It would be an Indian pizza. So you can totally.
Actually, it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad on naan bread. Ooh.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a terry makisa.
Oh.
Teriyaki pizza. It's your mother's pussy pizza.
I like it. I like it.
Teriyaki pizza.
My dog has just growled and sighed and laid down like, you guys are fucking crazy.
He must be having some kind of. Can he hear us? Or you have headphones in?
Oh yeah. No,
Oh,
no.
Oh shit!
No,
So
he's right here.
well, even
He just got up and he
even
just,
crazier.
like,
Don't you have a roommate?
No. I have my own
okay.
apartment now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you had a roommate for some reason.
No,
Okay.
he's funny. He
Oh,
just got
now
up
she's
and
being elitist. I don't have a roommate. No.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Neither does cruise control.
and
So we're
don't do those things. No, but he's funny. He runs around and like he just got up and he's like, whatever. You guys are fucking
talking
nuts.
about. Wait, he's getting elitist now. It sounds like.
Oh no, he totally every show at he'll just decide. Oh, seriously?
Here's what a lot of owners would do. They go, "Oh my god, guys, just hold on just a minute. I'm gonna deal with my dog because my dog left, and I just want to know what's wrong." Okay.
I don't do that.
No, I know that. That's what
I
it's
put
like,
my
it's
foot
like,
on him. I'm like, you lay down and you be a good boy and shut
Now,
the fuck
I'm
up.
wondering if the emotional support cats are actually getting more support from the owners than the actual cats are giving them. It's like my emotional
No.
support cat, because my emotional support cat is like really stressed out, so I need to like be with my emotional support cat because it's really upsetting.
Hey, cruise control, is that your gay voice?
No, that's just my voice. This is my like emotional support. This is his voice. I can
I
change the
thought you were
voice,
just being
man.
playfully homophobic.
Oh, I was.
Playfully homophobic.
I was like, "Whoa." It's a voice. Let me change it up a little bit then. Man, so I had my emotional support cat. I was hanging out with
No, it
them,
doesn't work.
and I
It
was
doesn't work.
stroking-
It
That's your
doesn't go.
redneck voice.
I was stroking that emotional
Now you're being
support
playfully
cat.
racist again, just in a
Mm.
different way.
Man, when I stroke my emotional support cat, it reminds me of the open range.
When I stroke my cat, it
I
reminds
found
me of
this-
stroking my wife's
I
cat.
found this kitty. He was laying there when I was herding some things.
What the fuck's out
Heard
there
some
in the
things.
fucking not heard
You heard
fucking
Wait, some things.
I
What
was
were you hurting?
I was doped up on fentanyl for a hip injury from the rodeo. Leave me
okay.
alone.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. The doctor
Yeah.
prescribed it.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
So I came around and I found this kitty. It was a little, and I said, you know what? This kitty makes me feel less anxious because I got really, really anxious all the time. I was taking
Because the
Xanax.
fentanyl wasn't making you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I started petting this cat. This cat made me feel so good. You know, there you go.
That little pause is horrible.
Well, you know, I had a new cat next week because I got a good recipe
Yeah.
on the internet for something. And still, I get every month I get a new emotional support kitten, and then I let it grow to be a cat. Because when it's after a month, of course, a kitten is a cat. You know how that works, biology and shit.
And then you got to do the
And then
Yaki.
and then you gotta barbecue.
It's
and have your
Baki,
you gotta have your
goddammit.
friends over for a football game. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Jesus Christ. You know, if you
But
let me just say this.
Baki, Yaki, Terry, Maki.
Anybody who's listened for this long, I think it means you're as fucked up as we are.
Remember, this is part 2. They could. This is going to be an extra segment.
Yeah,
Right,
well,
right.
exactly. But they won't know it. They're gonna just be watching one long
Like
ass video.
bonus for our Patreon
Welcome
users.
to part 2.
That's our Patreon people.
There, could you give us money to do this? Because
We can start e-begging.
Should we do
Yeah.
a GoFundMe?
go
And like,
fund me.
Let's do
you
some
know,
e-begging. Like,
please
you know,
give me
guys,
money.
all the
Please,
travel
please,
we have to
please.
do for these,
Here,
shows.
we could supply the music. Ding, 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 ding. We're just a bunch of blind people just trying to get together and do things outside of our limited space.
Outside of
I
our
like it. I like it.
There are two. We could. There are two blind. Like make that all in caps.
blind. Yep. BLIND.
Podcasters who are trying to get viewers.
That's all we want. We're trying to be YouTubers because we can't get employed.
We just want to express ourselves on the
It's very
internet.
difficult. It's very difficult.
It's so hard.
It's
Life
very
is so hard.
difficult.
Life is so
because
much harder than it is
I
for
don't
anybody
want.
else.
I don't want to go on disability and take away from the government. So I
So-
really feel like I could benefit from this.
Sounds great. Actually, there are people that probably talk like that for real.
I know.
So, it happens.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes,
Jesus.
it
See, that's what I
Christ.
define as playfully racist. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's
Right.
fine.
I love
It's
it.
fine.
I love
Playfully
that
racist,
statement.
dude.
It's not that
Fine. It's equivalent to one of those things where it'd be like, I'm not a racist, but insert racial comment here.
right. Exactly.
Playfully racist. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I love you, Dune Coons. I'm just making fun of you. That's the difference.
Well,
Tell you
where
about
have
the
you
choice.
been on my shows?
He does other. See, this is what we do. We do the shrink wrap, which is separate, and then we do the Drunken Sacred. So 2 separate shows, but I think we need to start combining them.
So you separate. Okay, you separate us. Okay.
We're just being playfully
Let me think.
segregational.
Oh dear. There's segregation happening. And
Segregation and degradation. That's how it's going on.
oh,
So,
shit.
oh man.
All right,
Anyway.
now
All right, guys. At this point,
Now I probably do need to, because I got to make gingerbread houses tomorrow.
oh, gingerbread houses. Are you gonna put red hots on them?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, cool. Those are dope.
Okay. All right. As long as you're good with that.
I remember. Well, the
Like,
problem
okay,
was
fine.
we'd make them with frosting and we'd stick graham crackers. It was pretty
Oh
good.
no. My mom and I bake the gingerbread and then we do the houses.
Oh
So,
shit. Okay,
yeah.
so you guys are professionals. All right, fuck it, man. This isn't some third grade
we
fucking.
do not fuck around with the gingerbread houses. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
damn, that actually sounds good.
Oh yeah, and then cookies and all kinds of stuff. So I'm a Christmas girl. I love it. I love
like it too
Christmas
in
time.
certain ways. You know, there's certain
But
things
it's not as good as your carne asada pizza that you're gonna eat here in a little bit.
Dude, I'm gonna fuck that
Oh,
up.
the carne asada. Yes, you have to tell us about.
I will. I am gonna try that pizza. I want to try that because my brother raved about it so much. I'm like, I want to check it out for sure. So I'm gonna have to tell you guys at some point next show, whenever that will be. what's popping with that?
All right.
So
Right.
anyway, fuck. All right, guys. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
Cruise control.
I'm Louie Loke, and I think I have enough for my paper now.
Koala.
And
That's the story there.
bitches.
Butcher.
For real.
We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.